Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday evening. Hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing? I hope everything is going well. I hope y'all are, doing all right and having just an overall great day. And hopefully you guys had a great week. So again, hit that like button, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. I will put the link in the chat room here shortly, so you guys could call in, and if you disagree or agree and or whatnot, you guys can we could talk about it. Let me read some of these chats. Proud Igbo American here. Good question, but that's not me. I am proud to be African American, descendant of child slavery and human trafficking. Looking forward to getting our long fought for reparations. Okay. But Primo is like, what the F is your obsession with wanting FBAs to claim something they are not? What model African do FBAs have to inspire to be when the world revolves around us? You know what? Let's go ahead and jump into it. I want you, when you say the world revolves around us, can you call in? Links in the chat room if you want to call in. I'm interested to know what you mean when you say the world revolves around us. Now, maybe are you referring to like music, like hip hop? And we've had this conversation before. When I go to Africa, right? And guys, this is just for context, okay? Again, this is just for context. When I go to Africa and the African comes up to me and we're talking and he says, "What's up, my nigga? What's up, my nigga?" Like, I don't get excited about that. Like, when I go to Africa, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear Bobby Smurda. So I'm just saying, when you say revolve around us, what do you mean? Seattle Sankofa, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Seattle Sankofa, unmute yourself. Yeah, listen, when you guys click on the link, the call in, please be prepared to actually contribute. All right. So, anyways, guys, make sure you go and buy my documentary. All right, go to documentary.searchforahuru.com. Go to documentary.searchforahuru.com to learn more, guys. Going by documentary. And when I say that, like what's being pushed around the world when it comes to Black culture, quote unquote, is majority the negative stereotypes of our culture. Like when I travel, no one's talking about Booker T. Washington, Malcolm X, um, our great heroes. When I'm traveling, it's all the rappers, which is fine. I mean, I listen to hip hop, but it's not even hip hop. It's the trap stuff that's getting pushed globally. So when you say it revolves around us, like what do you mean? All right, so Seattle. When I put the link in the chat room, guys, you click on the link. Don't be calling in here on your Obama phones. All right. No Obama phones. All right. Links in the chat room if you want to call in after the conversation. But yeah, that's the thing. Like when I travel, like they're acting out the negative stereotypes of Black Americans. And like I don't get proud. I'm not proud of that, and I don't brag about that. They're not talking about Garrett Morgan, who, when I'm in Ikeja or Victoria Island, I'll pull up to a stoplight. They're not talking about, hey, that's Garrett Morgan who invented that. Instead, they're just acting out the negative stereotypes of Black culture. All right, go ahead, Em.
Thank you, sir. I just happened to search YouTube and I just saw the video, so I didn't really get the monologue, but I see the title. It says, "Why do Black Americans deny being African?" If I understand correctly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would say this: as far as denying being African, I really don't think people really deny being like having a similar genetic makeup, but I think the denial comes from a response from when Africans uh, interact with us. They tell us we're not African. If you're the source of something, if I go to Arkansas or if I go down south and somebody tell me I'm not from there, or if my actual relatives tell me this, I would say, okay, I'm not from there. I'm just cut them off. You see what I'm saying? I'll never go back again. So I think it's a fact that you can't really sever your DNA. Your DNA is what it is. But the Africans themselves has rejected us. And because the Africans rejected us, the so-called motherland, we just giving them what they want. Okay, we not African. Okay, it is what it is. And then if we're not African, then we got to figure out, what are we? Are we original? Are we ancient? But the Africans told us this numerous times. And when they talk about us like in an objective way. They use the ER, the N with the ER at the end. They use white supremacist talking points. Is always derogatory, denigrating, condescending banter or commentary. They talk at us and not to us. And then you look at how they treat us when we go to Africa.
I don't know what Africans you hang around, because that hasn't been my experience. I mean, I might have had a couple. Well, I've had a couple bad experiences with all people, but I mean, I wonder who y'all be hanging around.
I mean, we just come across like random African people, right? They have
so you're in Chicago, you come across a random African and they just talk down to you.
Yeah, they say, "Oh, I'm not African." Oh no, they say, first of all, they'll say they not black, so they kind of distinguish themselves. And then they say blacks are lazy.
So every African you came across in Chicago said they're not black.
Not every African, you know, you got some nice Africans, you see what I'm saying?
Nice
but they
ones.
still
Okay.
kind of, you know, they still keep their distance. But I'm not just saying Chicago. I'm saying when I'm looking on the internet and I hear
on the internet. Okay, there goes
on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
When I listen to the commentary on your show sometimes and I hear the Africans speak, it's always like derogatory. Sometimes they highlight the positive, but usually they don't really claim Black Americans as being African. And then when I tried to mention about getting land, you know, it was like a barrage of like rejection, like you call it free land. My whole idea is if we was actually from Africa, our people must have had some type of land. You know, I don't think we was a landless people, especially how exceptional we are, how great we are. You know, we must have had some type of influence and power when we were in Africa. But they telling us we don't deserve any land in Africa. We don't deserve anything. And then what they did to the Liberians, how they did them dirty, they did them bogus. Just took everything and just wiped them out. So I'm looking like people see that and they say, okay, we're not African because for one, the Africans don't told us we're not Africans. For two, they don't really have any type of they don't really have anything for us in Africa. They haven't really provided any accommodations. They haven't provided us with any type of land.
What are they supposed to provide? I'm confused. Like, what are they supposed to do?
They should have gave us a bunch of land. They should have gave us a bunch of land and told us to come back and this is yours and
yeah, but
do your thing.
The majority of these countries can barely provide for their own people.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because they stole all the money. You know, they done took out loans to get infrastructure projects, and then the presidents just took the money, ran off to Europe with it. You know, and then they drugged the economy to the brink of annihilation. But I think it's a combination of us not really being accepted by Africa. Especially we didn't went so hard carrying Africa on our back and making movies, highlighting them. We teaching our children about Africa being our homeland. And then when we come across an African, they just the total opposite. We feel kind of insulted.
So you're saying every African you came across they're all the total opposite.
The average. When you average it out.
Okay.
You know, the majority, between 0 and 10, above 5 will have a negative connotation. But not even just that. When you look at how you got 54 countries, especially South Africa for one, and none of the countries have really. I mean, you have like go to Ghana, the Goree Island in Senegal. You got the slave dungeons. You go look at the slave castles, but they really haven't laid out the red carpet for us like that. How you would expect, you know. So I think people see that and say, okay, we ain't African because they don't treat us like we African. They treat us like, you know, worse than a white man. They treat us how a person treats you. Tell you everything you need to know. How they talk to you, how they treat you, what they provide for you, you know, how they respect you. So I think the Africans have really done a bad job of representing themselves to us, especially how we've been going hard towards them. Like we have Black Americans have probably provided more economic support to African as a continent than the continent have to us, and we're like a small minority compared to that continent, you know, politically.
Hey, my man.
Well, guys, let me play this video first, and I'm gonna pass it to you, Quincy. Let me play this video first.
Okay.
Oh, so it was me.
People stink.
I saw Cameron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Someone went to Africa and told me people stink.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love killing. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of a one Saint Giles, a nigga that looked like this. Not exactly a striking resemblance, even if you put them in a pink fur. On the other hand, there were plenty of slaveholders named Giles. Written records trace the human beings they enslaved to Africa, oftentimes referring to them as Coromontes if they was from modern-day Ghana, Mandingos if they were from the Sahel, Igbos if they were from modern-day Nigeria. But clearly, the name Giles was passed down from someone who enslaved Africans. Now, if modern science places human beings at 300,000 years old and the oldest archaeological evidence of Homo sapiens is in Africa, Morocco, South Africa, Ethiopia, then I struggle to understand how 500 years here erases 299,500 years in Africa. Culturally, you resonate with America. Fine, that's a nationality. You may have European or indigenous blood, but your ancestral origin is overwhelmingly African. Take a DNA test. You tell me what it says. I can see Killer being like Cherokee, but you can have a lot of Nigeria in there, my guy. Don't get mad at me because I love Cam. But like Africa stinks, come on. I mean, it stinks everywhere, nigga. My dogs will shit in my backyard. Now my backyard stinks.
Let's get to that money. Let's get to that money. Let's get to that money.
All right, go ahead, Quincy.
Yeah, my guy mentioned about I think Africans not doing a good job. I'm messing it up, but the thought that I've had this theory that the Africans that can make it over to America or can make it over to Europe are more so the upper class Africans who got the money. You know, they always say, you know, we was doctors and had maids and, you know, whatever, you know, back in our home country. And I actually believe a lot of the issue with, I guess you would say, like, if you as an African move to another country, you're kind of an ambassador for your group, for your ethnic group, right? Like, you know, like you're the first Nigerian I've ever met. So that's going to have a long lasting impression on me about Nigerians, unfortunately, but that's just kind of how it works out. And I think because we're running into like upper class Africans, I think it's actually more, I think the issue, it's a theory. It is that one of the big issues is it's a classism thing. And what you have is you have the upper class Africans coming over here with their bougie attitudes, and they're kind of trying to treat Black Americans the same way they treat the Africans, the poor or the regular Black Africans back home. And it's making all of Africans look bad because the upper class come over here and act snooty or whatnot. And when it's really like a classism thing, and I can't remember who said it. It might have been Vic Mensa way back when, but it was something along the lines of like Black Americans may have more in common with the Africans who can't make it over here, right? Because most of us either we 1 or 2 generations out of the hood, you know, but not a lot of us really, you know, coming from doctors and lawyers like that. So we would have more in common with the people back in Africa versus the ones who actually, you know, got money to just fly back and forth and, you know, whatever. So that was a running theory. Second thing, what's your boy Vic Mensa? He's half Ghanaian, half white. So I honestly could care less about anything he got to say about Black Americans. And I think people are underestimating how, like, part of the fuel of this delineation movement is Black Americans are tired of everybody else trying to tell us about us. I think we just kind of fed up to hear of people coming here, being here for one generation, and you got so much to say, trying to tell us about us, like we'll come from it, like these ain't our parents and grandparents and great grandparents, and we don't go visit our, you know, elders, you know, grave sites in the South, like, you know. So I think I could care less about what he got to say. Thirdly, this is my last thing. When I think I think it's what we say and what you hear and what's heard, right? So if a Black American says I'm not African, right? Africans taking offense to that, but the gist is when we say that, Africa isn't in the equation. When we say that, we just really just saying, hey, we Black Americans. And if I say I'm not, like I say I have African ancestry, I acknowledge the slave trade, but I'm not African. You know, I'm a Black American from Georgia. All my roots are in Georgia and a little bit of South Carolina, but mostly Georgia. And so when we say that, we're saying we're ourselves, but what's heard is, well, why you don't want to associate with us? And the truth is, like, nah, y'all aren't even, Africans are not a factor in my response. Like, I am me. And that's the first thing. And the second thing about that is we are us. We want to be us. We are us, and we're proclaiming that we are Black Americans, right? And I think the pushback that you will get is, we're not Africans, because if we're Africans, the first thing, and we've heard this many times from Africans, the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, you ain't a real African," or they'll say, "Oh, we the real African Americans," right? So now if we try to be African,
who do you guys hang around?
your boy said it on WWF. I forgot the name. It's a wrestler who said it on the mic in front of all them white folks. He said, "I'm the real African American." I never forget that. I can't remember his name. Google it. I forgot the wrestler's name, and I've heard it a few other times. But But the gist is, we're not trying to be junior Africans. We're Black American. We are who we are. We're not a junior nobody. And that's not rejecting Africa. That's just saying, hey, we're our own people. I'm my own person, standing on my own too, because we damn sure stood on our own too, because Africa didn't come and save us. So to come back later on and then try to throw the African label at the forefront of our
see, Quincy, I think that's the issue. Sorry to cut you off. That's the issue I have with it. I have an issue with the whole African that come to save us, because I don't think you understand the number of opportunities Black people had to actually leave, but we chose to stay.
That's different from whether or not Africa came to save us. I'm with you, but that's
man.
No. Us choosing to stay here because, hey, that's different from, hey, why they didn't. I mean, that's a conversation. That's a conversation.
What were they supposed to do? What were they supposed to do?
Who, Africans?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, the whys honestly are irrelevant, because clearly our whys are irrelevant when we're talking about what we got going on over here, and why we ain't made it as far as people think we should. People don't care about our whys, so we don't care about your whys. That's why you didn't come help us. All we know is we had to go through this for the most part by ourselves. Definitely a sprinkle of Caribbeans in there, throughout the 1900s, but for the most part, 99% of it was us. So if we had to go through this and get it out the mud on our own for the most part, then you're not going to throw an African in front of at the forefront of our identity, so you can get all the credit and you can say, "Oh, well, this the real culture. This is where you really get it from. You just a fake. You ain't a real African." No. I'm a real Black American. African ain't even nowhere in my identity. So when we do something, when we accomplish something, when anything happens with us, it's our name that's on it, not Africa's name. Africa ain't earned. They haven't earned the right to put their name in the forefront of our identity. They haven't. They haven't. So that's why I went.
All right, go ahead, Dizali.
Peace, brother. How you doing?
Doing good.
And peace to everyone. When we have these conversations, I try and be even, right down the middle, because I don't like to take sides. I like to be unbiased, and I like to see everyone's point of view. When we have these conversations, I think us Black Americans, we have to take into account of what Africa went through also. So, firstly, we have to understand that we're all Black people. Now, some of us get up here on these panels and we act like we don't know Black people. What do Black people do? We talk shit, right? Black people all over the world talk shit. If you go to Jamaica, Brazil, countries in Africa, in Asia, Black people all have one thing in common. We talk shit about each other. But we should not have malice when we talk when we talk shit about each other and when we hear someone talking shit about us, because that's just what we do. And it seems like us Black Americans have taken it to the next level, whereas we feel like Africans hate us. It's not that Africans hate us. They just talk ish about us. Same way we talk ish about them. And we have to understand what Africans went through. When we were in slavery over here, they were in colonization. Just like we didn't learn a lot of things. They didn't learn a lot of things. A lot of Black Americans think it's a point toward them being, what's that word? Aboriginal, because Africans don't know or don't remember about slavery. They were in colonization.
Yeah,
They
your
weren't
mic
taught off.
your mic went out. Your mic went low, went out.
Let me take the.
Oh, you good now? You good
Let
now?
me
You good?
take the.
You good now? You're good now.
Oh, all right. But yeah, but when we were going through slavery over here, they went through colonization over there. So just like we had the European boot in our butt here, they had the European boot in their butt there. Sometimes worse. They had in entire village walking around with one arm chopped off. So they weren't educated on things the same way we weren't educated on things. I say that we don't have to be as malicious in our redefining ourselves as what FBA, ADOS, whatever we want to call ourselves. They don't have any problem with that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You don't have to, in every FBA chat talk about musty Africans and how they're trying to steal everything from us. We don't have to do that. And our first complaint was that they did not assimilate with our culture, and that they stayed to themselves.
So
Now,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you, Dizali, what does that look like when you say assimilate into our culture? What does that look like?
we complained that they kept to themselves, that they set up like little African towns here, and I don't blame them for that.
But again, I'm asking the question. When the
Mhm.
complaint is they didn't assimilate into our communities. What is assimilating into our communities? What does that look like?
That's a very good question. I don't know what people expected them to do,
Yeah, because
but that's what the complaint was.
I live in Atlanta. All right, the
Mhm.
Black Mecca.
Mhm.
I live in a predominantly Black community. All right,
Mhm.
the corner store is ran by Indians. Grocery stores, Kroger, that's white owned. Hair, nail salon, Asians. In fact, I would say probably the largest Black business. Okay, I'm in the West End. Before I say something, before somebody gets mad, there's a African lady that owns Afrocentric Network. So I guess technically she wouldn't count in quotation marks. She's been like probably the longest running Black business in this area that I could. I'm trying to think, and it's owned and ran by a Kenyan lady. Grocery stores wide owned. There are a couple. Only thing I could think of, there's a yoga studio. There's a yoga studio that's open. That's Black owned. And of course, you got Tassili's. Tassili's been here forever. You guys are familiar with Atlanta, a vegan restaurant. The Hebrew restaurant, Soul Vegan, they just closed down. So I'm just thinking when they say integrate, how does that look like? Because the majority of Black people in this community work for non-Blacks.
Hey, do you watch those people who repatriate on YouTube? Like the people who move back to Ghana? Do you watch those videos? I think it's like webinar.
Well, I can answer your question. I can answer your question if you want to answer. Well,
hold on. Let Dizali finish.
Yeah, and I really wanted to address what you just said about what did we expect from them. And I think that the problem really goes back to the 70s and 80s, is not so much now. Because back in the 70s and 80s, I can remember them more being in their little, private circles, and they would look at us and we would look at them because we were unfamiliar with each other. But eventually, of course, their kids would integrate with us. So I don't really know what people expected from them. if you go to a strange land, of course you're gonna stay within your circle for a while until you get comfortable and you know what is going on. So I really don't know what people meant by that. But and it was overgrown. But I go ahead and pass the mic to the next person.
All right, go ahead, CD.
Hey, Dennis. Howdy,
Hey.
partner. Hey. Yeah, so I first of all, I just feel that some Black Americans they are very emotional, like ladies, especially guys, right? You consistently asking them, how many Africans have told you that you're not part of us? It's no answer, right? And someone who is fighting, whether he's a boxer or on the stage trying to promote himself that I'm real African, and you take that to be consideration that he's saying that you guys are not African, how low can someone be? And emotional can someone be like a lady, right? Even if I'm playing a soccer and I'm playing among Italian, I would say, yeah, I'm a real African. Does that necessarily mean that Black Americans are not Africans? Come on, guys. That is very, very low. That someone would say, oh, Africans don't even consider us. They think we are not African. First of all, I would tell you this. Almost 99.9% of the Africans don't even know, before while they were in Africa, did not even know the African American. They do know Black people exist, but to say they came from Africa, very few of them don't know that. It's not in any part of African history, except in Liberian history, because we have Black Americans there. But you can only, when you come here, you see them, you say, okay, these are Black Americans, right? The French Africans that come here, they call Black American mon cousin. That means in French, my cousin. Because the reason why they said that, they were able to see some similarity between African and African Americans, right? And I will tell you in the 80s, when our older brothers then used to come here in the early 90s, very few of them would stay. They would only come here for education, right? It was Bill Clinton that came up with a visa lottery program and went and did a brain drain on Africa. College graduate, the minimum requirement was for high school, and you have to have a very good performance. Once you play the lottery, you win, they will bring you over to the US. That's how a couple of million or 3 million Africans were able to come to America. I don't think the amount of Africans that are in America are more than 3 million. And we came from almost 1.7 billion population, right? And the lottery program was not even played in all the countries. Like some part of South Africa, like Botswana and other places, they were not, you won't even find them here. They wouldn't come for education maybe. But now everybody have master's, PhD program in Africa. People don't come here anymore for education. That's how a lot of Africans were able to come here. Doing that visa lottery program in early 90 through Bill Clinton. And then George Bush came with AGOA. AGOA was the African Growth and Opportunity Act, right? That provide eligible sub-Saharan country with a duty-free access to thousands of US market to bring African product, right? That's how Africans were able to open African stores and promoted their goods and stuff like that, right? If you listen to Dangote, he will tell you, say, yeah, I used to be in America, but I sold my house and went back home. And most of the successful Africans that you see them come here, maybe they have access to the book market. So they'll make some money and establish back home, right? That's how majority of Africans came here. Not Black people help Africans to come here. Even Obama deported more African than other leaders, right? So thank God to Bill Clinton and George Bush, one Democrat, one Republican, gave Africans that opportunity to come over. So if you want to have any issue with it, go and talk to your former president why they did that. Why do you have to bring all these Africans over? Because that's the issue. It's not about Africans don't consider African disrespect, or if some crazy African go on YouTube trying to make some dollar, going after Africans, then you classify all Africans or they hate us. No matter how group of people be? There are going to be some crazy people going after African Americans. Yeah, you will see that. And most of these people that you see them doing that, they kind of frustrated. They have the mental issues. Similar as how some African Americans on YouTube channel trying to divide African Americans, right? And I've not seen a single African that saying, well, we want African American to go back to invest in Africa. No, not at all. If I hear the African American, I will not come on Daniel's show. I don't go to any African show. I won't, if I hate African American, I will not come here and contribute to his show. That's why we call hatred. But if you see Africans coming over Daniel's show and contribute and promote him, it's about love. But you just stop preaching this hate. If people on YouTube making dollars out of you guys with misinformation, you stop them. They use some of you guys. It's not true. No African hate African American. That's not true. I live in Harlem, in the middle of African American homeland. I have more African American friends in Harlem than Africans, right? So you stop this nonsense and start seeing the Africans hate us. Nobody hates you guys. Okay. So done as I'll learn for now. But thanks.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Lou.
Hey, let me get after Lou.
Okay, go ahead, Lou. Lou. All right, you guys got to stop calling on these Obama phones. Go ahead, Truth Teller.
Nami? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to reference a couple of things. So reference a couple of things from the video and a couple of things people said already. So first and foremost, we're not African. Our ancestors haven't been in Africa for centuries. We have a mix of different DNAs from different regions of the planet. I don't know why you guys only want us to call ourselves African, especially when you guys came here and you said we weren't Africans and you weren't black. Now suddenly everybody's black and everybody's African at the same time. Second, he was like, if you do your blood test, you from Nigeria somewhere, probably from Nigeria. I have a high percentage of DNA from Nigeria. Nigeria didn't exist when our ancestors came from there. The people that's in the African countries that are now named are not the same people that were there when our ancestors were enslaved and sold to white people. So get that out your head. Second, to that, we did not build a nation in this land and call ourselves American so that y'all could come over here and tell us we're African American. Both my parents is older than Nigeria and they're both still alive. I don't know why you think our culture has anything to do with yours.
Mm-hmm.
Third, to the brother, I think it was the second or third brother that was talking, and he said he wonders, he tries to see both sides. I get it, but that's a waste of time because we supported Africans, just like the first brother who came on said. We wanted to be brotherly love, and when they came here, they said they were not black. I lived in New York in the 80s and 90s as a teen and as an adult. There were cabs not picking us up. They were saying they wasn't black. They were telling their kids not to get with us. So let's stop playing and saying, no, nobody hates black Americans. We can't tell the way you guys have been treating us this whole time. Second, the whole Pan-African crap that goes on where y'all only ask us for stuff and you have nothing to offer us. That's how we know you don't like us. To the last brother that was talking, if you go back to Tariq Nasheed's show when he first dropped the whole FBA thing,
I don't even know who is he. I don't know him.
Hold on. I'm talking to the audience, not you specifically. He didn't mention an African or Caribbean in that show. He was talking to Black Americans only. And for some strange reason, an African jumped into the conversation to tell us we don't have no culture and we're Africans. Now, who goes to somebody else's country, tells them that they don't have any culture and that they are some other kind of people? Does that not sound like you hate them? I'll rest there.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I think Quincy wanted to ask something. Go ahead.
Yeah. it's similar to it. The both sides, approach typically irks me because Black Americans are not in Africa disrespecting Africans. In fact, Black Americans actually been over backwards to not talk bad about Africans, even after they've had bad experiences on the continent. So it's like the exact opposite. So, so it's not of both sides. Like we're not going to their countries and disrespecting them in their countries, whether it be private or publicly on TV, the way that they do with us. Second thing, Dynas, the other Black American brothers on here, we all know white people can be some of the nicest people and also be some of the most racist people behind closed doors. So when the guy was saying that, well, who said it to you? Well, who said it to you? Well, who said it to you? Right? The beauty of the internet is that it exposes us to internal conversations of other groups that we otherwise would never hear, unless you got really close to them, right? And let it be watching how they talk on Twitter. Now, granted, they've cleaned it up in recent years because of the delineation movement, but them 2010s, they was in full force how they was talking about us and about them. Right. Yeah. Podcasts. You see how your boys get real comfortable on the 154 podcast, how they talk about Black Americans amongst Africans. So, so the whole, hey, it's just one bad apple over here or one over there. Like we're not stupid. And so stop playing us like we're stupid. So that just is what it is. We over it. The cat's out the bag, and like I said, I even try to meet you halfway and say, hey, maybe it's just the ones who make it over here that have those bad attitudes. Maybe that's what it is.
I think. See, the problem, we're so hyper focused on Africans. When, like, with me, I got Asian people that don't like me. I got white people that don't like me. I got Indians that don't like me. I have all these other groups of people that don't like me. But for some reason, y'all are just so hyper focused on freaking Africans. It just
but I mentioned it. Yeah, but because
a hit.
Because
guys, let me read these super chats real quick. Pape 5602, thank you for the $5 holla. Did Asia come save the Chinese that were building railroads and dying? Did Mexico come save the Mexicans struggling in Cali and Texas? Bobaliko 9354, thank you for $5 holla. Drop the link. How Africans don't come save Black Americans, but they could save, but they couldn't save themselves still today.
Okay, let me respond to that. That's the last thing. I think
I would like to go after him.
Okay, cool. I think there's two main reasons. Well, three. When you said, "Hey, how could they come over here and assimilate it?" I think part of it is just stand with us. Don't cross the line. But what we've seen is they want to play the model minority and act like we're not like those Negroes, right? That's one. The second thing is, I think I said on your show beforehand, Africans and Caribbeans get more attention because they can be us. You heard your guy on that show a couple of days ago. He said, well, I'm Black too. They can be us. They're in a unique position to act like they're us and speak for us, right? Second, two more things. What's funny is this title is about how Black Americans identify, but here you got this African calling in giving his 2 cents. When it's like, hey, your 2 cents is irrelevant.
Hey, whoa, Quincy, we're not doing again. I hate when y'all do this. This platform is
Black
for
Americans
everybody.
identify.
Again, this platform's from everybody.
Okay,
Don't dictate who can call in and who
okay,
can't.
Okay, all right. So my last thing.
Can you guys hear me?
Thank you, Dennis, for telling this guy. I think I don't know.
Respect your platform. Respect your platform. But I think part of the
this is Pan-African platform.
Okay, true, but there are certain
everybody's
topics,
accepted.
but there are certain topics that y'all should fall back on, right? Like y'all speaking about some stuff the other night. I listened in, but I didn't call in because that ain't had anything to do with me. Y'all was talking about Muslims and Christians and stuff over there. I just listened. You know why? Because that ain't got nothing to do with me. And how we identify.
But then don't come here and divide us. Don't come here and say we're not welcome here, right?
Lastly, Dianis, to answer your question, why Africans and Caribbeans get so much attention, because that's the biggest betrayal. The biggest betrayal, right? Because
how did they betray you?
No, hold on.
Oh my God, how did they betray you in America?
Can I answer that?
Let me finish. Okay, you know what?
How about your successful?
Yo, my man, I want to finish talking. Yo, man,
you all run away from your community, right?
Let him finish.
Chill out. Well, let me rephrase it. we view it as the biggest betrayal because we assumed that they would be on our side, and we found out that that just wasn't the case, and so it's viewed as a betrayal, right? We Black Americans.
I'm still Quincy. I'm still trying to. Okay.
Can I help now?
How did they betray you?
I
just said we view it. Go for it. Go for it, my guy.
I'm just trying to figure out
I
how
have a
they
rebuttal
betray
for
you.
that.
I'll explain it. I'll explain it.
And I said we view it as the biggest betrayal.
But
we
how
view
did
it.
they betray
Hold on,
you?
I'll explain it.
Go for it.
So, and I'll explain it with facts because they did betray us. Our people fought for the ability for Africans to immigrate here.
Okay.
Our people financially, politically, and emotionally supported Africans this whole time, multiple African nations.
Okay.
Our people was fighting against white folk and supporting Africans at the same time.
Okay.
So we get over here now, right? They get over here. We think we got brothers, right?
Okay.
We got brothers telling us.
We do.
Yeah, I don't know because I haven't seen where Africans have actually tried to help Black Americans.
Help Black America do what?
Hey, look. Hey, I got a great example.
Wait.
Hey,
Hold
I got a great example.
Let me answer. I will answer.
Okay, let me ask you this. You from Harlem, right? You from Harlem, right?
Let him answer. Let him answer.
Hold on. Have you guys ever heard of the Black Congressional Caucus? You know there's some Africans on there, right?
But truth teller, no, hold on, truth teller. The vast majority of the CBC is FBA.
Okay, I got a better example. Hey, can I please get my better example? I got a better example.
No, let truth teller finish.
Let me finish. I'm glad you said that. So the portion of that congressional group that are African, how many of them support reparations? Do you know?
It doesn't matter. The majority of the majority of the CBC in California that shut down. I forgot whatever EB2 whatever it was called EB220. It was they were FBAs that shut down.
You shut it down.
But you're missing my whole point. We're talking
What's
about
the whole point? Okay,
I got a better example. I got a better example, bro.
No, it's the host talking. It's the host talking. It's the host. It's the host. You ain't gonna overtalk the host.
I'm not trying to overtalk you.
Okay, but so you need to be quiet. That's your cue to be quiet.
You're right.
That's your cue to be quiet.
You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
All right. So if the majority of Black Americans on the CBC voted no against reparations, then the immigrants voted no, following in line with the majority of Black Americans that said no. How is that a betrayal? In fact, they're supporting them.
So they're supporting the congressional people or Black Americans?
Oh Lord! But okay, so then the next question becomes: the majority of Black people vote Democrat.
Yes. See, the CBC is a bad. Can I give a better example?
Let me finish. Hold on.
Okay.
This is what.
I have a question for you.
But truth teller, hold on. But truth teller.
Let me answer your question.
No, you're not. It's the host talking. That's your cue to be quiet.
I know. I hear you.
Okay, so be quiet. Be quiet. So can we agree that the majority of Black people who vote Democrat? Yes or no?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The majority of Black people don't vote Democrat.
What are you talking about? 93% of Blacks.
Where is guy from? Where do you live?
Can I please? Can I please?
I'm disappointed that you live in Harlem.
Can I please just give a quick example?
I can't hear nothing. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm disappointing you. You say you live in Harlem. You don't even know the percentage of Black people.
I do. That's why I'm saying that.
No, you don't know. You just said
the majority of Black people don't vote. That's what I think. That's what you're trying to say.
Thank you.
That's a fact.
So this is
the majority of Black people that voted were 93% Democrats.
That's the caveat.
If the majority of Black people don't vote, still the ones that voted, 93% voted Democrat. So what are you saying?
But
the point is they're not trying to help Black people.
Okay, let me jump in.
Why you should blame Africans for that?
Please let me. No. I got a better example. I got a better example. Can I say this for a second? I've been trying to say it for a second. I've been trying to say it. No. I've been trying to say it for a second. My example
I gotta pass the mic to Babalico. But yeah, the whole CBC argument.
Come on, I got a better example, Dinus. Please let me just 30 seconds.
Okay, but
30 seconds.
Hold on, CD. But
30 seconds.
But Quincy, can we agree that the majority of Black people, when they vote Democrat?
Yes.
Meaning they put these Black American FBA, CBC, congressional.
Yes, we are rocking step when it comes to the Democrats.
Right. And so if the minority of Black immigrants voted against reparations, but the majority of Black FBA voted against it as well. How is that betrayal?
I would have never mentioned the CBC because I already know. But let me. Here's my example. Oprah built the school over there for the young ladies. I forgot what country that was, but she built the school. We've seen countless. Let me get it out. We've seen countless philanthropy from either regular everyday Black Americans and especially your rich stars Black Americans as far as donating over to Africa in some way, shape, or form, right? And that's not even talking about what you have access to when you get here. We're just talking about giving directly from America to Africa, right? And this is not original thought. O'Shea Duke Jackson pointed this out. He said, how often do you see African leaders, right? All these billionaires that y'all got over there, right? How often do you see, like, who was the guy, the one going through that, trying to get a retrial right now? And Tyler Perry donated to him. Colin Kaepernick donated to him. I forgot the guys that's on trial. But how often do you see, like, when a Black person is in trouble, do you see like these any African leaders?
African don't show up. When they give people help, they don't have to publicize it.
But there have been countless opportunities where
we don't do that. We don't go around and say that we give this person this, that we give this person that help. We don't do that. That's against our culture. We don't do that.
Okay,
you don't have to go around and go somebody.
So you're proving my point.
But what I'm telling you is, first of all,
the why is irrelevant. You're proving my point. The why is irrelevant. You're proving my point. We give directly to you in ways that you never give directly to us.
Tell me a single successful African American that have grew up in the ghetto that become successful that live in the hood in Harlem. Tell me. I have seen DMX. The only time
what does that have to do with what I'm talking about? Hold on, you're moving the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost.
I understand this point. Quincy, what are you saying? Is a lot of successful Black people who come in the hood, they leave the hood and don't get it. That's the part.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with the point I'm making? A lot of those same successful Black people would donate to African causes directly with their money, but where are the successful Africans who would donate to Black American causes?
They don't have to talk about it.
We speak differently than them.
Do you know that for sure?
They open up the schools. Did Oprah not open up a school?
You said they open up the schools.
The last time Diddy was in Harlem, what did he say? Did he say he got to go and wash his hands because he was shaking too much Black people's hands? And he grew up in Harlem.
What are you talking about? What does that have to do?
The reason I'm saying that is one of the guys who said that when
we're talking about,
we have welfare.
We run away from your community.
They don't have that.
What does that have to do with the rich ones? The rich Africans.
Hold on, Quincy. So
the rich Africans, not all of them.
Hold on, but Quincy, I called one of my viewers. The person's gonna remain anonymous. I called her last week. She's an African. Hey, look, I got this going on, trying to push this project. Can you donate? She didn't hesitate. She cashed at me. No problem.
She's in America?
No, she's in Africa right now.
Okay,
but she's back and forth. But she's back and forth. But she's an African immigrant.
Okay, respect to that.
And what I'm saying is I've gotten a lot of that. That's why I don't.
But you are in that world. You are on the African tip, so you have those connections. But Oprah just do it just out of the love for Africa. A lot of times we was donating stuff and donating supplies and this, that, and the other. Where it was Africa or Haiti when they had their the storms and the hurricanes and stuff. We were just doing it for the love, not because we have a personal relationship.
You said we were. You said
everyday Black Americans. Everyday Black Americans who donated when Haiti had their storm, or when it was Bring Our Girls Back Home, or when it was Stop SARS, or when it was apartheid. Everyday Black Americans donated with the little bit that we could, and of course the rich ones did. But y'all are doing a lot of talking.
Some of these organizations, I'm not doubting it.
I didn't say organizations. I said everyday Black Americans. But this is what's so funny. Y'all grilling me about the Black Americans, but y'all haven't spoke about one African, a single one, that's donated to a Black American cause.
Yeah, because we don't make noise about these things. That's what I'm telling you.
Just give it to me.
Listen, if I give assistance to someone, I don't have to go around and talk about it.
Hell,
because why you guys do things for media?
In fact, I use CD as an example. CD's always dropping money. Babaliko's always dropping money.
Once again, these are personal relationships. Like I said, respect to
hold on. I've never met Babaliko. I've met CD maybe once or twice.
But you've talked to him. I've talked to him a few times on your platform.
What I'm saying is, I got Africans and immigrants who are always, dropping.
Those are you know them. Like Black Americans are.
I don't know these people.
I introduced myself to Daniels on the plane when we were going to Kenya. So, I met him with a group of ladies when you were on the flight.
Okay, y'all gaslighting right now. Y'all act like y'all don't know the difference between just donating to a cause and not knowing anybody at all at that country versus, hey, I know this person in passing. Hey, I talked to him on Dynasty's platform. Hey, I'm in the circles of Pan-Africans, so I could call somebody. It's a totally different from, hey, Haiti's going through something right now. I know no Haitians in Haiti, but I'm going to donate $50 for it. It's a difference. Come on.
That is American culture. That is American culture.
We talking about Black Americans and Africans right now.
We do that because we are Americans, right? That is American culture.
Okay, so you prove my point. Keep going.
We can't blame those people because they don't have welfare and social safety.
Hold on, what are they gonna do with welfare, bro?
Welfare. And it's every man for themselves there.
The host talking. Let me interject. He has a point. There's no social safety nets over here versus like there is here in America. So he doesn't.
What does that have to do with? Hold on. Y'all talking about
what does it have to do?
What about the billionaires? What about the millionaires? What about the billionaires and millionaires over in Africa?
They grew up broke, bro.
No, but they got it right now. Y'all got all these excuses for these,
broke.
But they got it.
You don't have to make
Black Americans mostly grew up broke.
Okay, what about the ones here?
Our culture.
What about the ones here?
We have a culture of
y'all going real hard defending them for not donating to us.
I will because I hate bullies.
How is it a bully?
How is it bullying? Why do you view them like little kids who can't defend themselves? They supposed to be smart, right?
Because
they smart.
2 million
they got degrees.
It's only like 2 million of them here.
And it's smart. They got degrees, but they
whoa. Somebody brought up a great point. Hold on. That's right. It was in Chicago. A Black African bank bailed out a Black American bank. That's right. That was in Chicago. He has a point.
That's awesome. That's great.
Okay, respect to that. No, didn't they buy that bank? They bought that bank, right? The one that was about to fail.
They bailed it out, bought it something, but they did. They
own the bank now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not philanthropy. That's catching the lick.
No,
but okay.
That's business.
That's business.
If they saved the bank, they saved the bank. But I just have a question. So if it's okay for them not to do it because it's not in their culture, and we say we don't want to do it anymore, is that bullying, or is that okay? Or
you got this one African dude's viewpoint, and when he said it's not in their culture, I'm telling you right now, I'm a first gen, okay? I'm telling you that's bullshit. What do you mean it's not in their culture?
Gotcha.
Why
haven't we seen more from our African brothers here in this country?
Dynas, let me know when it's my turn to speak.
Hold on. It actually, no, there's Babaliko, and then after Babaliko's E-Man. Go ahead, Babaliko.
Oh man, yeah. My father's American, my mother's from the islands, right? I grew up in the islands. My father sent me there when I was 4 years old. When I came back, I said, "Why you send me there?" He said, "Because Brooklyn was too dangerous." That's what he said. Because Brooklyn was too dangerous. Because if I'm deep South Carolina, we move up to Brooklyn. It was too dangerous. We grew up in the Caribbean. So I think the problem is when a lot of African and Caribbean come here, they don't assimilate because the culture is different. Okay. When I come back here, my teens got to go to school, got to go through metal detectors, got to have knives and guns. I don't have to go through that in the Caribbean. Okay. So I think that's the difference when some of these people are getting, maybe some Africans be saying, oh, I'm not Black American and stuff. I think it has to deal with the culture, because a lot of Africans, when they come here, they send money back home and take care of their mothers and fathers and stuff like that. You know, so it's just a culture. As a Black American father, he had strong roots here too, you know, and he says some of the same thing you guys said. He said he's Black American. He's African roots, but he's Black American. He didn't really know anything about Africa. He's Black American. So I understand what what some of you guys are saying too, but I don't know what the division come from. I think we look for problems when there's no problem. We could work together. It's not too late for Africans, Caribbean, and Black Americans to work together. So when you guys saying they don't do those, they don't work with us, to hell with the Africans. To hell with the Africans that don't want to work with us. We kick them to the side. Caribbean, we kick them to the side. The ones that want to work and make money together and build something together, we should work with them. That's what we should do. We shouldn't be arguing about it. We should say, okay, Quincy, what you want to do? Okay. Sydney, what you want to do? Sydney, could we come together Saturday and do something and agree on that? So I think that's where the problem is. We make problem where there's no problem. That FBA thing just shoot out of nowhere, making problems where there is no problem. We know already. My father said, I know some Africans didn't like us. I know some criminals like us, but guess what? The end of the day, you got friends that will help you, that Black American friends that wouldn't help you, and some Africans that might help you. You got some Caribbeans that wouldn't help you, and some, so it doesn't matter. We all got to come together and work with whoever want to help. So saying that is, we got to separate it is nonsense, because some of these FBAs don't even mess with other FBAs. Some of these FBAs are saying they're Indians, and some are saying they're Africans. It's already a division. So what are we doing? If some of FBAs is from Native and some FBAs is African, what are we really doing? So the problem here is just working together and seeing what we can come up with and building resources together. What the gentleman was saying, Africans don't help, they don't think, whatever. I have one thing. I remember when Haiti put in a package for Africa to form for Haiti to be part of Africa, and Africa denied that. That hurt. That hurt because Haiti was one of the first one that killed all the colonizers and run the French and all that. So I kind of understand what some of these Black Americans are saying.
You said Africa denied that. Which African country? All African countries denied it?
I know they sent a referendum to join Africa. They denied Haiti. So I don't know why they did that, but I understand why some of the Black Americans are saying, because if you guys are saying we're going to work and we come in here and working out, why did you guys do that if we all are so-called African, some part of Africa? You know, that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened. They should have get together with the heads and see what joining and what they could have done.
Because my thing is this: when you say Africans, it's just like if you're not going to your region where your people came from, okay, and forming with those countries, then like where did this paperwork? Where did these people talk to? Who did? I mean, because there's 54 countries.
It's the African Union. Yeah, it's not a country. It's a union.
Yeah, I think it was the African Union on one of them, but they denied them.
So African Union is a joke.
It is
the African Union is a joke. I'm just being serious with you.
We get the joke. They denied the Haitians. So I mean, he has.
You all never seen.
That's what I'm talking about. We don't know what we're talking. The African Union. There's European spies in there. They're spying on them.
That's
That's
the
why we're
fact.
seeing. Hold on. That's why we're seeing this AES stuff. You see what I'm saying? We don't
Well,
know
hold
what
on.
we're talking about. Go
I
ahead. My
understand
bad.
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but what you miss is it's their union, right? Whatever shape it's in, it represents them. And if they had another so-called black country trying to
Yes.
join them and they
Yes.
denied it for whatever the reason is that they denied it, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They not
But
with
but
it.
but 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 the fact is they are not even in the continent of Africa. That would be an insult to the Caribbean. Number one. Number two, we have
See, they're
No,
not with the Africans.
come on, man.
Kenyan
Come
military over there,
on,
right? Is the Kenyan now fighting for the Haitians? So why would they leave from the Caribbean and be part of OAU
no, but the
if they are
Kenya,
not in the continent
no,
of Africa?
no, but
That
Ruto is
doesn't make no sense.
Kenya is a sellout. Ruto is those soldiers are there to help the Western. Those soldiers are there to help Haitians. Come on,
Okay,
see.
I'm just saying that.
Those soldiers are
that's
there
what
to
I'm
help
talking
the
about.
West.
Okay,
Those soldiers are
I'm
there.
not going to. I don't want to know the politics of it, but what I'm saying is that Kenya contributed troops in Haiti. Haiti is not part of Africa. Why would they want Haiti to be part of OAU if they are not in the continent of Africa?
Why not?
Will not be
No.
crossing the
And see
boundary
right there,
of the
see right
Caribbean?
there, time out. You see, you guys, you getting his perspective, a born African, and then you getting my perspective, a first gen. Me, I don't agree with that. These Haitians originally came from West Africa, so we should form relationships with them. You see how I don't agree with that? I don't agree with him.
I got a
Okay,
I got an answer
but
for that. I
we
got an
have
answer.
office for African American in Ghana that is part of the OAU. Do you know that?
I'm sorry?
We have African Americans in
Uh-huh.
Kenya. I mean
In Kenya?
in Ghana that are part of
Uh-huh.
OAU. They even have their flags. Do you know that? And they are well recognized. But we can.
You said the OEU? What is that?
You don't. I'm not even talking to you because you have no idea what OAU means. So
No.
I don't know what it means.
No. Trust me. Hey, you don't know who the hell I am. I'm very versed. Very
I
versed,
just
okay?
told you OAU. You have no idea what OAU means. So why would I
You said
want to get into the
OAU?
definition and explain that to you? You know?
My man, just explain it
All
because
you
there's
got to
other
do
people.
is just simply explain it, sir. It's
No.
really cool.
Other
I
people
don't
are
want to go
listening.
into detail of that. You just said they're not accepting
Right, but other people who
Haiti
might
to
not
be part of
know
Africa.
are
So why would I want
listening.
to give you the definition of that? You
I
know?
think,
So
That's
City,
stupid.
you
Then
being
why are
very
you on the phone
disingenuous.
conversating with us if you
City,
can't
you being
explain
very
yourself?
You know
disingenuous.
what?
Because
That doesn't make any sense.
There's a very short answer for that. Have any of you ever seen a situation in your real life where the child was more advanced than the parent? Let's say that the mom had a problem, drugs, gambling, whatever, and the child got out of the household, got educated, got a good job, and that child had to reach back for the mom. See, that's how I see this. Africa still has problems with tribalism. They have problems with they don't have a strong centralized government. So we are actually more advanced than our parents. And if we want to, because I don't try to force anyone to be Pan-African. If we want to, we might have to reach back for our parent and help her out because
can I ask
she
you a
was
question?
stepped on. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, where you from?
I'm from Florida.
Did you like what part? You just say the city. You're gonna get too specific.
Huh?
The city,
Florida.
Okay, Jacksonville.
Florida.
Okay, and Jacksonville, black as hell. Okay, so and you are you come from money, or did you kind of grow up and then made it out, kind of thing?
I made it out.
Okay, so you only got but so many dollars. I'm gonna just give you an example, right? You only got but so much time and but so many dollars to donate to whoever you want to donate it to, and that's your right, right? But if you giving your attention over to Florida, then who's investing in the younger you from Jacksonville, Florida? And I think I'm not against Black Americans helping out Africans and donating. I'm not against it per se, but I am against us overlooking it because I'm like you. Hey, I made it out, doing decent, but I give back to my old neighborhood in Augusta. You know what I'm saying? So that's because it's a lot of young Black boys just like me in the same neighborhood I grew up in. So I make it a point to give back to them so that they're not forgotten. And I think a lot of times the Pan-Africanists, they kind of just skip right over the little Black boys and Black girls that they were back in their old neighborhoods, and they just look all the way across the ocean, you know, for some fulfillment, and they want to put their energy over that way. And I'm like, well, if you're looking over there, then who's looking out for you? Who's looking out for the younger you?
I would have a problem with that. Now, a lot of people may, you know, hear me talking on here and think that I'm Pan-African. I'm not Pan-African. I don't care much about Africa until the time is right, you know, possibly then. I am all about America. Like I said earlier, I just don't like the misunderstandings, the unnecessary misunderstandings, and the unnecessary aggression that we have with each other. I'm not Pan-African, but I don't have a problem with them either. I'm not fighting them either. If you know, if we all come to the same table, great. You know, if we can't, that is fine too. But we don't have to do all of that extra stuff, that extra aggression, that extra being mad because they didn't come and get us. We have to be more elevated and understand that while we had a foot on our neck, they had a foot on their neck and a bag over their head. So they
where did you get that we're mad? Than us. Where did you get that we're mad because they didn't come get us? Where do you get this from that we don't?
I have heard people say this. We have heard people say this.
Hold on. One second. It's the whole song. Email. Like when we first started this show, there were people saying that they didn't. In fact, I think it was Quincy that said it. Quincy was like, "Oh, they didn't come get us."
I say it too.
Okay, let me say this. How the hell can someone come and get you? Go ahead, bro.
Before you ask that question, because I was going to ask a question in regards to, and because he's not Pan-African, and you know he's from here, he's Black American, like most of us here on the panel. So I want to ask him this question: how do you think we should respond to the disrespect?
Look, can I say this real quick?
We have to look at it and see where it comes from. Like I said when I first spoke, Black people talk
the disrespect in terms of what?
Talk shit. We talk shit about them. They talk shit about us. Long as we're not trying to hurt them and they're not trying to hurt us, Black people talk shit now. You have to let it roll off your back.
My grandma, that's true.
That's true. One African that disrespected you. What they said to you? Tell me.
We don't have any culture. We all go to jail. We're all on welfare.
Who said that?
Every Black woman is a single mother.
The guy just said it earlier.
But don't all groups who come to America, isn't that because they do that to all of them? Aren't they all programmed to say, "Hey, speak negative of the Black man"?
So more excuses. More excuses.
I hear you. I'm asking him, how do we deal with the disrespect? Because I've never heard of an Italian that recently came over here that said Black people didn't have culture. I don't even hear the white racist people.
So tell me one African, you're not mentioning no name. You're not mentioning no name. Who the African disrespected you?
Let me just finish before you cut me off and ask me a question. I've never heard of another foreigner of a different complexion coming over saying Black people, y'all ain't got no culture, even the racist one. And we take our culture seriously because our culture has affected the world several times over. So why would you think you can go to somewhere, don't study the people's culture, and that's how you can actually assimilate? That was the point I was going to make earlier.
But I'm asking you, who did one African that disrespected you? You've seen them one thing over and over.
If you go to a black city like Atlanta, you telling me you can spend 20 years there and never go to an African American library to study Black culture, but you can tell Black people they don't have culture?
Hold on, Quincy. You said something. I got to shut you down real quick. You said Italian and these guys don't come.
That wasn't Quincy. That wasn't Quincy.
I was just about to say something, but go ahead.
These guys come over here, join the police force, and shoot you. So that's not true. These guys join the police force, come over here and kill us. So don't do that, Quincy. Don't do that.
Quincy didn't say that.
It's like because you don't hear these other groups come out blatantly, well, like you hear, I guess, some Africans saying, yeah, this, that. Trust me, the Indian that comes here that gets the job even before white men in IT, trust me, I know. Okay.
Yep. I do too.
All right, guys. I gotta read these super chats. Let's see here. Summer, none other baddie. Thank you for $2 holla. Dynasty allows to remove people from the panel for $2. No. Brian Spikes, 351, 2 Jules, 100. Thank you. Enigma 3747, $2. Dynasty has confirmation bias. Landmark 22, thanks for $2 holla. A Black African bank bailed out a Black American bank. That's true. M Lola 3424, thank you for $10 holla. For peace among Africans and African Americans, FBAs 0.5 to Africa, 5 to FBA. Okay, 5 to Africa. Okay, I got you. O'Shea Duke Jackson, thank you for 1,000 Kenya shilling. I mean, I think that's Kenya shilling, is it? I don't know. I'm African descent, but I'm Black American FBA, not because of the delineation per se, but this is how Africans see me. They are the ones who told me I was not African. Landmark 22, thank you for $2 holla. Why can't Pan Asia Latino be successful, but not us? O'Shea Duke Jackson, thank you for the killing shillings of 500. But I do believe in pan clapalism. All right. Let me pass it to Hello. Go ahead. Hello.
You speak yet?
I thought it was my turn next.
Oh, Steve Jr., my bad. Go ahead, Steve, and I'll pass it to Hello.
Okay.
No, E-Man.
E-Man, you haven't spoke yet, E-Man?
No.
Okay, go ahead, E-Man. My bad.
My fault.
It's all good. Let me just first, talk in the how come the Africans, don't come and help us, or they didn't help us. And someone stated here, earlier, that we have to understand a lot of let me just speak just in terms of West Africa. Okay. My people come from Liberia and Mauritania. All right. So I'm speaking in regards to West Africa, where these Blacks from the Americas come from, or at least those that, believe it, because some are just in denial. Some of these people, they're just getting their names, Nigeria, Ghana, they're just getting their independence, 1960 and stuff like that. While we're dealing with, while they are dealing with a country, America, that has a 250 year head start. Okay, 250 years. Now, when slavery was done in Africa, did the Europeans just say, "Oh, we done. That's it. Now we got these people, and we sent them to do work over here in the Caribbean islands on the sugar plantations, and we sent some to the Americas. Oh, we done with them now." Were they done? No, they weren't done. It was a continued practice of white supremacy done on West Africa in terms of the resources, the people, etc. But I will have to say this, and we all know, we have to blame our leaders. We have to blame our leaders. West Africa needs a new way. That's why I'm glad what's happening with the AES, that needs to spread all over West Africa. I'm wishing for a West African empire where there's one currency. In terms of trading, all the countries work with each other. One army. All resources are backed by the countries. That's fine. You can be Liberia, you can be Nigeria, etc. West Africa needs to form and build first. Okay, before we in the Americas can think. All right. Oh, why they aren't helping us? Why this ain't happening? We have to remember, France just got kicked out of Burkina Faso. They've been disrupting this place. So imagine if 50, 100, 150 years, 200 years of West Africa just building itself, no interference from anybody. Don't you think these people will think to themselves, let's go get our people? You think they're going to be thinking, oh, we're not thinking about our people? That's what all these other countries do. China, look at China today. My people that come from Liberia, 90% of the rubber we were supported for the entire world. We were way ahead of China in the 1970s. They were stuck on opium that white people put them on. Look at China today. Okay, all they did is say, hey, all we need to do is be Chinese and be better. White Americans were saying, yeah, you want to take our factories? Yeah, we'll slave for you. not knowing that that was going to be their fate. You know, we're going to take all these factories, we're going to take everything from you, and we're going to be better than you. All I'm saying is, I get it. There's still tribalism stuff that's going on. Okay, there's still presidents. Okay, that need to get out of there. One of them is the Nigerian president. West Africa needs a new way of thinking. That's why I love Ibrahim Traore. Okay, and I'm glad what he's doing in that region. I want it to spread like a wildflower. So before we receive any help and say, oh, why they ain't doing this? Why ain't doing that? Think about that. These people, like I just said, France just got kicked out of Burkina Faso. They got to build each other first and build it as a whole unit. And you focus on your country, you focus on Liberia, you focus on Guinea, you focus on Sierra Leone, everybody doing what they're doing, and we come together. We have one army, and then we can worry about taking care of our people. Do you think that if Italy, do you think if China, okay, if they were in a messed up position and their people are over here being ill-treated, you think they're going to allow it to happen? No.
Well,
if their people are being, hold on, wait.
If they sold them to the place, they would.
No, hold on. If their people are being ill-treated, okay, China, they're gonna have a conversation with this government about it. Okay, if a South Korean come here, okay, and their people are being mistreated, South Korea is gonna have a conversation in regards to that. Okay, so these are the things that we're not thinking about. All right.
Why?
And let me just say, no, I'm not finished. You're not interrupting me. I'm not finished.
Okay. Sorry.
One thing here in Black America, if I can consider that, I'm a first gen, but I get it. Some of you don't consider me that I'm one of you, although I consider you are me and I am you. But we are very sensitive in Black America. Okay, I just told y'all, my parents come from Liberia and Mauritania. I'm born here in America. Some of my people told me that I'm not African. My first time going to Liberia, they told me, yes, you are our brother, but you are not African like us. You know why I didn't get offended? Because they weren't saying that you're disgusting American, you're not African like us. They're not saying, I get what they're saying it. They're saying you're American. You're not African born like us. You are us, but you're not like us. And you know what? They are right. But the treatment that I get, do they disrespect me? No. Do they? And another thing I hear, oh, they be scamming us. Do you know how many Africans that come to some corner store or this or that and they're scammed? I spoke with Liberians, I spoke with Ghanaians here in America, okay? And say our people over there, a lot of them are fucked up. I try to do a business over there. These are born Africans, they will tell you. And I got scammed. Okay, so it happens to a host amount of people. And let me just say this, then I'm gonna be done. Wherever Blacks are back, because the initial conversation of why we're having this chat, why Africans, people in America hate their African identity. I can speak to the Caribbeans and in America. The Western influence that we've been around here. Okay, you go to 200 years of being around racist whites, being labeled negative in movies, TV shows, magazines, etc. Eventually, you're going to take on some of those ideologies. You know what? I do hate myself.
Jesus Christ.
That ain't true, man.
Yeah, that's why they bleach. That's why.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, hello.
And let me get next because I gotta drop.
Well, no, Steve is next. You gotta wait. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Dynast.
Hey, hello.
Hi, everyone else. I consider myself African.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, listen. You need to open your ears and listen attentively, sir. Thank you. And you are dealing with just one minute African, just me now, yeah? So I want to give you an example. Africa has a total population of approximately 1.5 billion people, making it the second most populous continent in the world. Yeah. So consider the percentage of African in America. There are a lot of Africans who never left the shore. They never traveled, and Africa is still developing. If a few loose-mouthed Africans talk shit or nonsense about Black Americans, you deal with them wherever you meet them one-on-one. You educate them. You can educate them and say, come on, guys, let's not do it this way. You can be the bigger person and see that individual in front of you as a human being who's gone astray, not even as an African, but as a human being with a thwarted mindset. And like, come on, why do you think this way? The world will be better if you think positive. We don't have to come from the same race. We don't have to come from the household, but we can live in a world that everyone is succeeding, both the FBAs, both the Edos, all of the Americans, Black Americans, everyone, Africans prospering. And then upon that, if both decide to come together and do something marvelous, fine. But if both said no, for some reason, we want to do our thing, you do yours, that is good as well. As an African, I can assure you, 200% of my life, I have never ever met a Black American in my entire life. I've only seen you guys on TV growing up, and I felt proud. I'm like, yeah, the music is nice. I listened to some Michael Jackson, I danced to some. So how can I now come to America? I've never been to America, mind you. And I come there without knowing all this shit some Africans are talking about you. Imagine I meet an American with such a mindset that the Africans are disrespectful. And you meet me on the road and you look at me like one of those shit talkers. Would it make you feel good that you have transferred the aggression to an innocent person who has never offended you? Think it that way. Imagine in a micro way, and then magnify it to other Africans who are so innocent of what you are accusing them about. You know, so think of it in beautiful.
Hello, we lost you. Hello, we lost you. Hello, we lost you.
Hey, Daniel, so I have
Well, no. We got other people waiting.
okay.
Go ahead, Steve. Unmute yourself, Steve.
All right. Listen, man, as a Black American, right, we got to stop being so offended by everything. Especially not all of us, but some of our people. We like to talk trash on other people too. So I don't understand. You know, some of the FBA saying, "Oh, the African said this about us." Listen, it's going both ways, man. It's like we got to stop trying to be like we the victims in every single situation, because we're not. So that's all I got to say about that.
All right, Daniel. So hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
I
next.
want to.
Next.
I just want to make my point. So my question is: one of the guys said that Africans don't want to interact with us, don't want to live in our community. First of all, show me one successful Black Americans, whether he was living in the ghetto before becoming successful, that live among you guys. They will all run to go to the white neighborhoods, right? Once they have that
That ain't true.
success, they run away from their own people,
That ain't true.
right?
That's not
So,
true.
and the example is Diddy
Red
before when he came to Harlem and shaking black people's hand, he said, "Well, I have to go and use hand sanitizer to clean my hand because I shake a lot of black people's hand." So we see that all the time. So when a poor African man come in this country and try to make a little bit for himself and move into a safe neighborhood, you say, "Oh, they're trying to isolate themselves. They don't want to interact with us." Guys, man, you need to worry about it. First of all, Black Americans are the least thing that African will ever think about. Whether it comes down to working hard to make it, but if I hear the Black Americans, I would not come on this show. I'll have no reason of coming here, right? I met Rodanis on the plane. First of all, I met him at JFK. You were among a group of ladies and on the plane. I went shaking his hand. I said, hey, Donna, this is CD, right? I did that because of law, but I'm not doing that because I want African Americans to identify themselves as African. That's the least thing that we will ever think about. If you want to be an FBA, it's good for you. If you want to be African American, it's good for you. If you want to be Black American, it's good for you. It have no impact on Africans. That's the last thing we will ever think about, right? We don't even focus on that. Our mind is not on that. Africans that in Africa have they don't even know the history of African Americans. But I will tell you this, even my own kid, I will call them American kid, right? I will tell them, oh, these are American kid. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm disowning them because they have American culture. If you see Italians that were born here, when they go to Italy, Italians will call them, oh, these are Americans. That happens every type of race, no matter whether you Irish or you Italian or you African, as long as you are born in different country and you go to your country of origin, people will keep that little distance. They think that you are American, and
That's a
that's
fact.
normal. That
Yeah,
happens
that's a fact.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I've
I
true.
seen
finish
African
up?
calling.
Can I finish up, Dinah?
I've seen African calling
CD,
their own kid.
CD, you got 30 seconds. You got to pass it back to Hello.
Yes, I've seen Africans calling their own kid, oh, these are American. Please don't put your hands on him. When you put your hand on him, you're gonna call police on you. Africans say that all the time to their own kid. And I say to my own kid also. And sometimes I have to take them to Africa to show them the culture. When they see mosquito flying, when they see something that they have not seen before, they will be running away and people will be laughing at them. Oh, these are American kids. But does that mean the saying that they are not human or they will demonize them? No, because they identify them with different culture, where they were born, where they grew up. That's normal, guys. So don't try to be too emotional like a ladies, like African don't let go. They think that we're not African. You guys should. These are lady behaviors, you know. That's what we African call that like someone that lady behave like a lady, men that behave like a lady.
Rafidi, you don't
That's
do Rafidi.
very emotional.
You don't do.
All right, let me pass the mic to Hello. Go. I got to pass the mic to Hello. Go ahead, Hello. Go ahead, Hello.
Okay, so I want to say in Africa, growing up, we have things we call jest. We do a lot of banter. When I say banter, when you come to Africa and they banter you, you will cry. Growing up, going to school, you will see people take a mick out of you. If you cry home, your parents will say, are you a baby? You have to have a tough skin. Do you understand? Doesn't mean that Africans or the part of the world I'm from are not sensitive, but we do banter. You can call me all the babbles and the titties or Buddhist scratcher. It doesn't pay my rent. It doesn't feed me. It even makes you unintelligent to be saying words that cannot change my life in any way. It's only people that will die because of words. You can say whatever you like, it ain't gonna change any damn thing on my life. But all I have to say to you is that I've never been to America, and one day I will come there. And then imagine I meet someone who is saying I'm a Buddhist scratcher. You call me Buddhist scratcher. If I didn't come to this platform, I would just laugh because I don't understand what you mean by tita. I'm Buddhist scratcher. And I'm not going to pass that information to my children, anything about babbling or Buddhist scratcher or theta, because they don't need to know those words. And when you use it on the kids, they will just laugh and they don't care about what you say. I don't understand what is Buddhist scratcher tita. It don't mean nothing. It mean no jack. English language is not my language. So please, if you're a Black American and you're pointing one finger, accusing Black Africans, the rest fingers are pointing back at you. Don't stop this entitled behavior of God
Mm,
mentality. Come down from your high horse and
mm,
hug your brother if you really care about Africans. Forget about
mm.
the ones that are making shit all about. That's not Africa. You're
Ma'am,
meeting
can you give me an
individuals.
example of
You're
that?
giving me. I'm someone that I've never spoken bad about Black Africans. And when Dinah talked about his book, documentary, I went to pay. I didn't make noise
No, I'm
about
just
it.
saying an example of Black Americans thinking they're above you. Can you give me an example of that?
Yeah,
Well,
entitled and godlike behavior.
entitled.
Right. Give me an example. Yeah. How does that look in action?
Y'all just go on Twitter. You see FBA doing it every day.
That
Like
FBA
what?
FBA
do it.
Like what?
Dude,
Give me an
FBA just started
example.
in the last 8 years. Let's stop playing. Let's let the young lady answer the question.
Can somebody
Let the young
please
lady
give
answer
an
the
example?
question.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Ma'am?
She's breaking. She's not here. She's breaking.
Give her a second, because she's trying to talk.
Hello, you're breaking up again. Hello. Drop off and come back in.
Okay. Now, can I please go down? I've been trying to.
Go ahead.
Man,
oh my God, this guy been talking all day.
But I know you ain't talking. Yeah. No, look, you know what? I think, and I've said this before. This is a while ago. This actually isn't like a negotiation. I'm doing this just because I still love all black people to a certain degree, right? But this isn't like a negotiation of black Americans and trying to negotiate with you all about how we're going to respond to the disrespect moving forward. We're going to respond how we're going to respond. And I know you all could disagree with it, and that's just fine. But it does feel more of a betrayal coming from our black brothers and sisters who come to this country. You could disagree with that notion, but that's just it. It does feel like it's more of disrespect, and that's why it's a harsh stance against it. First generation issues aren't black American issues. That's for a guy. Other thing is there's so much understanding of why Africans can't do X, Y, and Z. So much understanding, so many reasons, and a lot of excuses. And boy, y'all don't give that same level of understanding to black Americans at all. Y'all tell us we had 400 years to get it together. You had 60 years to get it together. Y'all had all of that to get it together. So hey, it's our turn now. So I think it's amazing. I just think it's amazing. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
You got 400 years to get it together.
Let me finish. You was the main one too, but let me finish. And the last thing is, black Americans didn't make this up. Black Americans wasn't sitting around twiddling our thumbs, singing "We Are the World," and then just pulled out of thin air that Africans don't like us. You know what I mean? And they didn't make it up. So at some point, y'all got to take ownership for you and your people. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to tell us that we making this up, or it's just a one person over here or one person over there. Because I'm telling you, what you're doing is you're acting just like white folks. You're acting just exactly like white folks, straight out of the white boy playbook, saying that's a lone wolf. That's a lone wolf. If we find a racist with a KKK mask, that's a lone wolf. That don't mean that's all of us. We nice to you in person. That don't mean that's all of us. So look, man, y'all do what y'all do.
Hold on.
You heard exactly what I said.
A white man. What KKK have to do with black Africans and Caribbean? What are you talking about?
Listen to the playback. You so smart, but you can't comprehend the example of how y'all acting like white people who gaslight when they get caught red-handed. Y'all continue to get caught Africans continue to get caught red-handed, and y'all keep saying, "Oh, that's just one." Red-handed talking crazy about black Americans. Red-handed talking crazy about black Americans.
Black Americans don't talk crazy. Black Americans don't talk crazy about Africans.
Not in your African countries. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't go to Africa.
No, we don't.
I'm not African.
No, we don't.
That's not true.
No, we don't.
You got black. So wait a minute. So wait a minute. It's the blacks in the African countries that are talking negative of blacks in America, or it's the Africans that are here in America? Because I can assure you, the blacks that are in Africa, they're worried about their daily bread on a daily basis.
Hold on. We in agreement. And you missed what I said earlier. We in agreement, and you missed what I said earlier. I said earlier that I believe that it's the ones that make it over here because they come from means that's giving the ones back on the continent a bad rap. So I believe it's the ones that make it out. It's us, not us, but the ones who make it to America, and the ones that make it over to the UK. The ones in the UK talk real greasy about black Americans.
Black people talk greasy.
Hold on, it's not a lady who died now. It's not a lady who died now.
No excuses, man. Hey, y'all have a good one, though, man. It's Friday night.
Hold on. All right, man. Donna's probably know her. Her name was Ancestry. She was in Africa talking mad greasy about Africans. She died now from cancer. Her name was Ancestry. She had a YouTube channel. She was over there talking mad greasy. Mad greasy about Africans. So what are you talking about?
That's why
like that woman.
Her name is Ancestry. She died now. She died from cancer. Her name was Ancestry.
I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Ann Carty. She was American. She died. I think she died from cancer. She was over in Africa. Ann Carty. You could look at a YouTube channel. She was a black American.
Just like that woman Hello said, and what I said earlier, Black people talk shit about people. So why are we overreacting with it? She just said that they have something called banter over there. We know that we rank on people and we Jones on people here, and come on now, we are very slick with the mouth. But I would like to know who drew first blood, because I remember growing up in the 70s and 80s, Africans, Caribbeans, they caught hell here. We put hands and feet on them.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Let me add this.
Speaking the truth.
Let me add to this too, right? You ever read Kojo Lewis' book about what he wrote? Even back then, the people that was born here and whatnot, they was talking bad about back then as well. All the way back then in Kojo Lewis days. So it didn't just start,
Yeah, they were talking crap. Black Americans were always separate, even back then. Trinidadians did it too. They have it documented. All I'm saying, I don't think we disagree, y'all, because from all the Africans that spoke, right? Everybody that spoke, y'all actually said we're separate and different. So I'm just confused when we say we're separate and different, and y'all disrespect us. Why y'all disrespecting us if we say we're not the same? And I know the one brother who said we're all the same. He's really the only one. He's first gen, and he said we're all the same because we're brothers and we come from the same place. I get that, but then in his description, he actually slide dissed us too. I caught it. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I caught it.
So
Hold on, wait. I'm not done. The other African dude who was talking about being here and stuff, he actually said nobody wants to live in black neighborhoods, as if all black people live in poor neighborhoods. You may not realize it, but you just as there too. That's something else. You guys say this stuff and you're saying it like
no, you didn't. You're trying to misquote me. I said
no. I didn't misquote you. I heard
okay,
you.
What I said, let me tell you what I said.
I will summarize. You tell me if I'm off. You said if people come here and work hard and build themselves up to the ground, why would they want to live in black neighborhoods?
No, I did not say that. I did not say that. No, I did not say that. What I said, listen to what I said.
Name one person that lives
name me one person. Whether he make it from the hood,
that's what he said.
Or he make it from the first class family or second class family that live in the hood that make it. All of them run away from the hood.
Right, but
that's what I said.
But not all black people live in the hood.
Okay, but no matter how you describe it, they grew up there.
Hold on.
They're supposed to live in their neighborhood and build it.
Let me teach you.
They don't build their neighborhood. They run away and go live in a white neighborhood.
You see, but there are well-to-do black neighborhoods. You don't know that. You think we're all poor.
That's not my point. So let's say the example. Okay, my point is. Okay, my point is.
What you revealed.
My point is
in your mind, living around black people is in a bad area.
No. Okay. My example is.
Hold on. The Jamaican guy who's half Jamaican, half FBA. He even said, "My father sent me back here because Brooklyn is rough." I grew up in New York too.
Okay, my example is.
Hold on.
Oh my God,
I'm from New York. I grew up in Hollis, Queens. I grew up in the 70s and 80s and the 90s in Queens.
That's Brooklyn.
Right. Just so you know, in New York, you take tests to go to certain high schools. He didn't have to go to the crime-infested high school in New York if he stayed. He didn't have to live in the harsh area of Brooklyn.
Okay. My example.
Hold on. Brooklyn has
let him finish.
Sir, you can correct me after I finish.
Okay.
Brooklyn has some beautiful areas that you can live in, and that's not crime infested. So to make it seem like only where black people reside is where the crime is, people keep doing that. I don't know why.
Okay. I did not say that. Okay. Let's take an example.
I don't know why. Why do you guys do that?
Let's take an example from Diddy, right? Diddy grew up on 155th Street. They have a lot of black professionals over there, professors that go teach
Sorry,
to city college, right?
who?
They
Sorry,
have medical
sorry.
doctors
Who'd
that
you
live
say?
there. Why
I
would
didn't hear you.
let
Diddy
me
grew up in
finish?
the suburbs.
Why would
I didn't hear you say.
Diddy
Who
didn't
you
really
say?
grow up in Harlem, but okay.
I'm
No, he
saying
grew up
that
in Long Island.
I'm
He
saying
grew up in
that
a white
Diddy.
neighborhood.
Yeah,
Let
What
me
you
Diddy
talking
didn't
about?
grow up. Diddy
let me
didn't
finish.
grow up over there. He's just
Diddy.
using Harlem as a scapegoat. He ain't no Harlem dude.
Okay, Diddy started in Harlem, 155th
No, he
Street, right?
didn't. He
No, he
started in Long
didn't.
Island.
What are you
My
talking about?
people stayed
He
in
started on
Harlem
78th
since
Street on Park
no, my
Avenue.
people stayed in
Did he
Harlem
start on
since the
78th
late
Street and Park
70s.
Avenue?
He's not from Harlem.
Okay, I'm saying if he's from Vermont, but did he start on 78th Street and Fifth Avenue?
Yes, yes.
No, but he started in a black neighborhood.
No,
I
he
mean,
didn't.
a middle class black neighborhood.
No, he
I
didn't.
don't think he's staying in our neighborhood. What he did,
He
he
didn't.
see his neighborhood and went
He
and
was
lived
never
with white
there.
people, right?
He
No,
grew
he
up.
was
He
never
grew up
there.
in a well-to-do neighborhood in Long Island.
Yes, that's true.
What are you talking about? Long Island?
Yeah,
Long Island.
there's two people that are
Long
telling
Island?
you it's
Who's
true.
from
He
Long
didn't grow
Island?
up in Harlem. He grew up in Long Island. Two people
Come
are
on,
telling you.
stop doing it. Diddy mom was a drug pusher in Harlem. She
No,
was
his
drug
father
pusher.
was the drug pusher.
His
You don't know what you're
father
talking
was.
about. His father
His
was the
father.
drug dealer. She
How
Right.
just
He
came
got
did
along for
killed.
the
that die?
ride.
If that did
Right.
not die
Right.
to being a gangster, how
What
did
do you
Shafis
mean?
die?
He didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood.
Okay, but tell me
He even
who killed
went
his
to
dad?
college. I think he went to Clark. What he went to a black
He
college
went
too.
to Howard. He went to
Oh,
Howard.
Howard. Okay, there you go. What are y'all talking about? Diddy.
Don't
He
say
didn't grow
y'all.
up in
Don't
a
say
bad neighborhood.
y'all.
Did he when he went to Howard, right? He did not finish in Howard, but he grew up in a middle class family, right? I'm not saying that he grew up in a middle class family. When after being successful, why would he leave the black middle class family and go live among white people in 78th Street,
Why would
right?
he have to move to a white, well-to-do neighborhood? You know, he could move to a black one. They do exist.
But why? I mean, this is what all of them do, right? This is what
Right.
all of
All
them
right.
do.
I'm done, y'all. Go
Why the
ahead.
That's the
don't start
reality.
this guy played because he knows even your black this FBA, this black Americans is moving out of this neighborhood and going to better neighborhoods. It's ridiculous.
Why would 50 someone at 50 cents
My man,
fee?
you
My father didn't have enough money.
Yeah.
We stayed in Brooklyn in bad areas. We had to go to school there. Can't just get up and go
No,
to
you don't. You could have took your regions and went to
No,
any other high school. I went to school in New York.
you cannot
No,
go to
but
a
you're gonna have
district.
to pay for
You
it.
cannot go to a district you don't live in. That's not true.
You can if you pass the regions and make a request. I did it.
God.
I lived in Hollis, Queens. I went to Andrew Jackson, which is now what do you call it school? I lived in Hollis and went to Andrew Jackson. Does anybody know where Andrew Jackson High School is? It's in Cambria Heights, the last city in Queens before you hit Long Island.
Everybody
what are y'all talking about?
But when you say I can't leave from Brooklyn and go to Hollis, Queens, in school in Queens, so what are you saying? I can't leave.
I didn't say leave your borough. You could go to another school in your borough.
Name a good high school in Brooklyn. Name it.
There's no. So you tell me there's no good high schools in Brooklyn in the 80s and the 90s?
You're telling me there's good high school in Brooklyn. You name a high school that's a good high school in Brooklyn. Name it. Don't look it up. Just name it. If you see there's a good high school. Because I went to the worst of the worst. One called Wingate. Wingate in Brooklyn. One of the worst.
I know Wingate. I know Wingate. So you tell me this. You telling me in the entire borough of Brooklyn there are no good high schools?
None. What I said, you know what the guy
so
was
you tell me Sheepshead Bay doesn't have a good high school.
Oh my God, Sheepshead Bay is good?
In the 80s, 90s, and 70s? Yes.
Come on, Sheepshead Bay's no good school. Ain't no good school there. No school, those Sheepshead Bay, Mega Ever, none of those schools in Brooklyn was good. Prospect Heights, none of them was good in the area. None of them was good.
You know how many high schools Brooklyn has?
Latin Kings, outlaws. All the gangs you could think of was in those schools. All the gangs and everything. So Black Americans gotta hold some accountability here.
How many?
We gotta hold some accountability.
Sir, how would you know you lived in Jamaica?
I came back. I came back with my father. I came back. You didn't hear that part. I came back as a teenager, and I've been back and forth ever since.
So
but yes, I went to Wingate.
You know Brooklyn has over 200 high schools. You telling me they were
Name
all
a good
bad?
school. I cannot go to where is my district. You know it's districted to where you live. Come on, man. Stop playing games. Come on.
I went to a different district in Queens.
Oh my God.
The school system for all the boroughs, you realize, is the same.
School
right?
system is horrible.
I'm not saying it's not horrible. I'm saying you had a choice of whether or not you wanted to go to a horrible school.
Some people don't have choices, sir. People don't have choices.
What do you mean?
You got to deal with what you get. Sometimes you get up in the morning, you only got a bread to eat with butter. You got to eat that. Ain't got nothing else you got in that fridge.
What does that got to do with the school choices? What are you
That's
talking
what I'm saying. Sometimes you got no choice. I had no choice to go anywhere else. That's why.
Why didn't you have a choice? Why didn't your parents get you transferred? Hold on. Why didn't your parents get you transferred, or why didn't your father move?
Move from where? Move and go where? He's working here. He got a job. He transferred from South Carolina to here for a job that they call him to in Brooklyn.
You tell me he couldn't move out of Brooklyn
and go where?
The very next borough over, Queens.
He still to this day live in Brooklyn. I'm all the way.
I understand that. I know why. Because it obviously isn't that bad. Am I wrong?
This guy's
Am I wrong? If it's so bad, how you been living there for 30 years?
Because he got contracts there. He's a contractor there.
So he can't live in the next borough. You know, Queens is like 20 minutes away, right?
Yeah, I used to go to Jamaica, Queens, and shop on the thing. Yeah, I know.
So you know he didn't have to stay in Brooklyn, right? Even if he worked in Brooklyn.
Yeah, everybody stays where they work, man.
No, they don't. In New York, most people who work in Manhattan don't live in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So Manhattan is a borough, and all the other boroughs surrounding it, people transport into Manhattan to work. So you tell me your father couldn't go live in another borough and transport into Brooklyn for work?
No,
that's why I don't believe nothing you say, man. You sound fishy.
No, you in Brooklyn. Why would you go? If it's as a school I'm going, why would I change and go somewhere else? That's why I'm in Brooklyn. We already started.
You say your father said it was dangerous. First, he said he sent you to Jamaica because it was dangerous, and then you said you actually came back. So obviously, it wasn't that dangerous. So you did go to school in Brooklyn. How dangerous was it?
I came back. Well, I came back. My father wanted me back. He wanted me to come back.
So you did go to school in Brooklyn. Was it dangerous?
Yes, I went to school Wingate. Yeah, I tell you Wingate. I did went to Wingate.
Right. So what happened to you when you was in high school?
Well, I got in fights and stuff. You know, I finished school, but I got in a lot of fights and stuff in school.
Oh, okay. So nothing happened to you.
Huh?
So nothing happened to you.
Well, nothing happened to me. But in fights, you get in fights. Nobody want you fighting.
How many years in high school were you?
Maybe how many years of high school?
Yeah. How many years of high school did you have in the States?
I came up and I went into the 11th grade.
Oh, so you only had 2 years at best.
Yes.
And you panned out perfectly fine.
It was all right. It wasn't perfectly fine.
And once you graduated, did you live in Brooklyn after that?
I stayed in Brooklyn for a while, yes.
How many years?
A long time.
All right. So how is Brooklyn so bad that you decided to live in it and go to school in it? And now you're saying it was dangerous. That's why you had to be sent to Jamaica.
Where you want me to go? I already have friends, family. Where you want me to go? You go somewhere? I'll stay right here.
So this is why we really can't trust y'all, because this is the kind of stuff y'all do.
It is dangerous. Brooklyn is not dangerous. It is dangerous.
I mean, you decided to live there for many years.
Yeah, I live there.
He could have left, but he decided to live there for decades. You went to high school there when you didn't have to.
I gotta live there until I get better, until I move out and came down here where I'm at now. But I'm gonna stay right there until I got what I gotta do. Nobody's gonna get up.
You couldn't move 15, 20 minutes to the east to another borough?
Oh my God, this guy keep on with this move thing. No, I'm not gonna move. I'm living.
So then it wasn't dangerous, was it?
Okay, so I'm living there. You're gonna live where
there are people who immigrate to this country because they're in actual danger in their countries. So you just stood there. You made it seem like Brooklyn, New York, where you lived, was dangerous.
Hold on. Everybody,
but then you said there's no reason for you to move.
Not everybody immigrates from the Caribbean or Africa here because they are they're running from something. A lot of people just come.
So you telling me you couldn't go to the next borough over, Long Island, Staten Island, even Jersey's right there.
Well, I did stay in Staten Island for a year or two, but I went back to Brooklyn because my family's there.
Oh, so you went back to Brooklyn. So it wasn't dangerous. Your whole family was there.
Brooklyn is dangerous. Because you know people, it doesn't mean it's not dangerous. You know people, you know the gangsters, you know the bad boys. What are you talking about?
So Brooklyn,
guys.
Right. So there's no gangsters or bad boys anywhere else?
That I know? No, I don't know nobody else. I don't know from Brooklyn.
Oh, because you never lived in anywhere else but Brooklyn. But I thought
exactly.
Right, but I thought Brooklyn was so dangerous you had to go to Jamaica.
He was, because it's young. He sent me there. My mother asked for me, so he said, yes, it's safer for you there. That's what he said. But you got to ask him.
So did it get safer for you to come back? Or did it stay the same dangerous?
What do you mean it got better or it stayed the same dangerous? I'll come back because he wanted me back.
Oh, so the danger didn't mean anything. He just wanted you back.
Yeah, he wanted me back. It's been a long time.
So can we conclude that it wasn't really that dangerous? Because you were able to come back. And your family lived there, and you stayed there, and your father stayed there for 30-something years, and you lived there for 20-something years. Can we actually now admit that it wasn't as dangerous as you let on to begin with?
You can't say that, because I got friends that I live there. I hang out with, guys that protect me, guys that, well, today, rest in peace, Kojo and these guys, the guys that passed, they got shot and stuff, but that don't mean anything.
Oh, okay. I thought it was dangerous and you had to vacate the country because it was so dangerous.
You had to ask the father about that. That's what he said.
Right, but obviously it's not correct because you came back.
Brooklyn is dangerous. You keep on saying it's dangerous.
Well, hold on. You said it was so dangerous you had to be taken out of the country. And then you said you actually was brought back. And I asked you, did the country get less dangerous? You said, no, it's still dangerous. So then I was like, so then why did you come back into the country? Why didn't you stay in Jamaica? Because my father wanted me back. But your father's the person that wanted you to leave because it was dangerous. But now your father's the one who wants you to come back. So can I conclude it's not as dangerous as your father said?
Well, it's dangerous. You go to Brooklyn today?
I have family in Brooklyn. I'm from New York. I got sisters and brothers in Brooklyn. I go to Brooklyn all the time. My sister lives off of Linden Boulevard. I know Brooklyn. I'm there.
Yeah, I visit Brooklyn too, but it is there. Let me ask you, when 50 Cent and them got shot up in Queens, did he leave Queens or did he come back? Come back and live with his grandparents in the hood.
I used to live near where his grandmother lives. I know his cousin. He went to the same high school as me. He went to Andrew Jackson.
So was there dangerous or not dangerous?
There's always dangers. I'm in Orlando. I'm in Orlando right now. It's dangerous. What are you saying?
No, I'm trying to, but he came back to where he living, right? He still came back.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't understand what you're saying, though.
Because he got shot means the entire borough is dangerous?
No, because he got shot, the entire borough is dangerous. But it's dangerous for him wherever he lived.
But that's not where he lived when he got shot.
Wasn't he selling out there where he got shot?
No, he wasn't in his neighborhood. Jesus Christ. All right, man, I'm done. This is weird now. This is weird now.
No.
I don't know. For some strange reason, you just want to say the borough itself is dangerous and it's dangerous because of black people. That's what you're leading on
Oh
to.
my God.
I don't know why you trying to make it
Oh my
seem like
God.
wherever we live is dangerous, but all right, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
No, but is it not? Is it not? Is it not what a majority of our people is dangerous? It's a fact.
No.
Oh my God.
Do you know most black people don't live in poor neighborhoods? You ever took the numbers of the percentage of black people that are below middle class? You might want to look it up. You'd be surprised. Most of us don't live in poor neighborhoods. There's not enough hoods to house black people, by the way. We got somewhere between 40 and 50 million people. I don't know why you think most of us live in poor neighborhoods. There's not enough poor neighborhoods in the United States to house all of us.
So when you look at them and they put out these census, and they put on these census like majority, how much? What is the percentage? It's a high percentage of us living in poor neighborhoods.
It's in the mid-teens.
Huh?
And percentage-wise, it's in the mid-teens, somewhere between 17 and 12%.
Of the 50 million?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's less than 20% of us that live in poor neighborhoods, but for some strange reason, black neighborhoods are bad everywhere black neighborhoods exist. Even though it's a fraction of us that are poor neighborhoods. What happened?
Right? You know, but you see, when you look on the TV and stuff, what you see? It's all of us.
I hear you, but if you've lived here for several decades, you shouldn't have those same thoughts as what you saw on TV before you got here. If you're still thinking that way once you've gotten here, that means that's the way you want to think of us. I say this every time. I have immigrants in my family. I grew up in New York, grew around immigrants. I work in immigrants. Every time I hear somebody say something about black people, and I ask them, hey, have you ever studied black culture before you speak on black culture? 100% of them say no. And then I'm like, why not? I just don't. I just didn't. You know, there's a African-American library, multiples of them in every single borough in New York City.
That's a fact.
How does somebody who immigrated here live there for 30 years and don't even take the opportunity to say, hey, what's going on? What's up with the history of these black people? They don't even check. They just tell us we don't got no culture and we don't got no history. We don't know where we come from.
Oh my God. Who says these things?
We literally have libraries. Hold on. We literally have libraries that documented our accomplishments, our history, our trials and tribulations in documentation and film that you can go look for yourself. And they live near it. They live next to it, but they don't even bother, but they can still tell us who we are. Now, from what you told me, you don't have a problem with us differentiating ourselves. And most of the Africans on the panel said they didn't have a problem. There was only one, because he's Pan-African, and I understand his point. And I don't agree with it, but I can understand it because he's saying we all the same. But everybody else don't think we're all the same. So why do y'all have a problem with us saying, hey, we FBA, we're not African, or we're not Caribbean, or we're not this? Why is that disrespectful to anybody else if we say we're not those people?
No, but in the Caribbean, majority of them says they from African descent.
No, they don't. Our family members in Jamaica, if you tell them they're African, they're going to say, I am Jamaican, I am not African. Don't tell that lie.
What Jamaican you been dining with, man? What Jamaican you been dining with? A lot of Jamaicans say they from African descent.
Sir, I have direct family members that are Jamaican. I know.
What is Jamaican? Well, Jamaican is you say the Jamaican, the Trinidadian, you know.
No, we're born and raised in the island of Jamaica.
We was shipped there.
Okay, you need to go tell your people that if that's what you want to believe. Because if you ask any Jamaican, they'll tell you they're not African.
No.
They'll tell you they're Jamaican. And you know what they'll do? Just like the other brother said earlier. If they have kids here in the United States, they'll tell their kids they're not Jamaican, they're American. But But when that happens, the kids are saying, "Well, I'm American. I guess I'm Black American." And then you meet a Black American person that looks completely different than you, and suddenly, well, I'm Black American because I feel like I'm Black American, because you don't really have a choice, because the Jamaicans are telling you you're not Jamaican.
No, but you're right about that. When you go back, the Duke say Yankee. The Duke call you, but as CD was saying earlier on, that's what they do. They don't mean nothing. They'll be like, "Oh, well, you Yankee, Babo, you Yankee." But
Now, I do agree with you in some cases, but for the most part, that's to distinguish us being different than them. So I completely agree with you. They mean a lot of them don't mean it in a derogatory way,
yeah,
but they are clarifying that you're not Jamaican when they say that, which Black Americans, we don't have a problem with, because we're saying, well, we understand you Jamaican, I'm Black American, we get it. But when we say we Black American and then we got somebody from somewhere else saying, hey, I'm Black American too, it's like, wait, hold on, your people ain't from here. And then you have Africans trying to make it seem like we're the same because we have ancestry from Africa. We're not Africans.
So
and that's the ultimate disrespect. And none of y'all mention that. Why would you go to another country and tell the people in that country that they're from your country? Isn't that crazy?
they know the history, right? So they go.
They don't know the history, because you know what they leave out? And one of the brothers was trying to make it seem like it's the same thing. They went through some stuff. We have to be understanding. We didn't go through the same thing. Africans enslaved our ancestors and sold us here. That's what happened.
You mean Africans sold Africans?
No, we stopped being Africans because they sold us to these white folk, and we had to come over here and build our own culture.
Yes, I understand that.
So how can we still be African if the Africans sold us out? And now they coming to us like, no, we're all brothers. Because he kept saying that we all brothers. Who says we're brothers?
I see what's going on. So you come. You've been shipped from Africa.
So
you come to America. So you say
we don't.
I'm not African American anymore because our ancestors told us over here.
We were never African American. African American is new. It came out in 1988. Our people have been here for more than 250 years. We were never African American that whole time. We just became African American in the late 80s because somebody decided they wanted to call us Africans. We were never Africans before that.
So what you was before that?
We were Negro, we were Black, we were mulatto, we were Native. There were some of us that actually were Native Americans. I have Native American ancestry that I have traced back. We were freedmen. We weren't Africans. Africans came here and we were different back then. Marcus Garvey, they didn't call us African Americans back then. So why all of a sudden now we all African? I have African ancestry, but I am not from Africa. My people came here just like your people in Jamaica. Y'all people built y'all culture in Jamaica. We built our culture here.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody's lumping it and saying why you guys
are.
Can someone else speak now, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bro. We African Americans, bro.
See?
Yeah, we African Americans, bro.
What African country you from?
Yeah, I know niggas hate each other though. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and then we tribalistic as a people that are ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. But
you
I know niggas down south don't like me. You know what I'm saying? And they'll go out their way to they'll go out their way to try to do me something. You know what I'm saying? And gain credibility because of, you know what I'm saying, and such and such. But we definitely are African. And the same shit you talking about them from.
So what part of Africa?
Talking about they African, they tribalist, and we are too.
What part of Africa you from?
No, I'm from America, nigga. Cut it out.
So how are you African if you're from America?
Tyler's trying to
My
trip you up,
DNA,
man.
my DNA. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
African descent.
I'm
Descent.
I'm
You are
20%.
Descendant.
Well, I don't even want to get into it.
because you're 20% Caucasian, right?
It's just like me saying I'm blood or a crib.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you're
You know
saying
what
you're
I'm saying?
African,
So
can you tell us where
I don't want
you
to
from?
stir up
Hey, let him
no
speak because I
extra
need to speak.
controversy.
Okay, go ahead, Africa.
No, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Darius, when he finished speaking, make a point. Make a point. Finish your point, Darius.
Did he left?
He might be on mute.
Go ahead, Darius.
I guess I'm a little. I got a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's like it's you know what I'm saying. You get credibility. You know what I'm saying?
This
Fuck the
guy drunk or
hero.
something?
And then I don't know what's going on with the news feed or whatever, but it's certain things like same thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be careful when you fighting the monsters. Don't let that monster juice rub off on you.
Real quick before you continue, guys, make sure you go and support the documentary. There's 167 of you guys watching. Everybody who's watching should have a copy or who should stream the documentary. Please go to documentary.searchforhuru.com. Again, documentary.searchforhuru.com and stream the documentary, guys. Link is I'm putting the link right up on the screen, and it's also in the chat room. Hold on one second. Man, I'm missing a lot of chats. Goodness. All right, there we go. Documentary.searchforhuru.com. Everybody who's watching this, please go and support the documentary. There's 162 of you in this chat room. All 162 of you should be streaming the documentary. Watch with your family, watch with your friends over the weekend. Again, please go to documentary.searchforhuru.com and please support you guys. You know, we bootstrapping this, you guys. You know, we've been doing this forever. There's no platform that's been this consistent having these diaspora conversations for the past decade. So again, please go to documentary.searchforhuru.com, support the documentary so we can keep this thing going. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And then you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Are you finished? Darius, hurry up.
Let me just say this,
Hurry
and I'm gonna set the fuck up. I'm just gonna shut up. You know, we the baddest motherfuckers, and especially if you from the American and then we the baddest motherfuckers when it come down to rhyming, freestyling, sports, in school, you know what I'm saying, with our goddamn headsets on and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know we bad.
Yep.
You know, we gonna outdo every country in the world. You know what I'm saying? They try to say that we cheated because we Americanized or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I go over there, I'll drop this shit in the heartbeat. I go over there in Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? Start over there from scratch. Just take all this shit, because they will do it to you over here in America. You know, they'll erase your credentials in a heartbeat. I go back over there in Nigeria and start from scratch.
How do you know you from Nigeria?
That what?
How do you know you from Nigeria?
It's some type of delay or something.
I was just asking, how do you know you from Nigeria?
About 7 DNA tests. I took about 7 DNA tests. My homeboy, many moons ago, he was from Miami. He kept telling me he had straight hair. Can you listen? Listening is the most important form of communication. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with the delay right here. But we used to hang out here in Atlanta like many moons ago. Not now today.
But so I'm sorry, maybe you cut out. I didn't hear you. You said from a DNA test, you know you from Nigeria?
Yes, from a DNA test.
I ain't never had to take. I knew I was from Nigeria from a mirror. I ain't need to take a DNA test.
Oh, so you just assuming you from Nigeria?
I know for a fact.
How did you prove?
You know what I'm
What's the?
saying?
How'd
I
you
don't know
prove it?
what's going on with this echo going on right here. No,
You
I know
sound good
this
to
for
us.
a fact.
We don't hear echo. You sound good to us.
That what?
I say you sound good to us. We don't hear echo.
I know for a fact. Okay. Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We better for like okay, well I know for a fact that my bloodline came from Nigeria. And like when you know what I'm saying, I grew up in Detroit, we raised these pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? So it was important to know the bloodline of the pit bull before you put that motherfucker in your yard.
So how do you know you from Liberia?
I knew it before DNA came around. I'm 47 years old. I knew it way before then. you know what I'm saying? No, I ain't say Liberia. I said Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. How do you know you're from Nigeria?
Because of the mirror.
Oh, you look Nigerian.
Well, yeah, I've said it many of times. You know, when you have people mixing, black people come from different parts of West Africa. So
okay,
you know,
so you look Nigerian. Okay.
Yeah,
I said because of the mirror.
But Tyler,
Right, but if Nigeria,
look again.
hold on. Sorry, but if Nigeria came into being in 1960, your ancestors came after 1960?
Well, he said,
you know what I'm saying.
He said a part of what's now known as Nigeria. He come from that area.
Yeah, from now, no, not before.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question,
are those
sir.
the same people or no?
That's a silly question, bro. If you come from Nigeria, geographically, the land has always been the same.
I got a question.
300
Well,
years
anyway,
ago.
anyway, I need to speak. Never mind. All right, okay, yeah. So,
let me pass the mic. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So basically, right. This
I ain't never
FBA.
been over there to Nigeria or then like that, but I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You might be right. You might be right. Some people, you know, you can see them. You know, like me, I'm really good at just looking at someone, roughly guess where they come from, whether they're from Nigeria or ethnicity and stuff like that. Some people are good at it. So you might be right. You might be from Nigeria because that's where most of the slaves were sold from. The largest amount of slaves in West Africa came from the slave coast, the Benin, you know, southwestern Nigeria. So majority of people in the diaspora do have Nigeria, like area like Nigeria, Congo, Angola. These are the Biafra belts, you know, southeast. This is where most of the slaves were sold. But
So
anyway,
Nigeria is responsible for enslaving our ancestors then. So
Yes,
when they go carry out reparations,
it's a lot of FBAs from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But
Nigeria?
They won't fuck with me
I'm
other than
speaking. I am speaking.
online.
Hello, can you wait? When I'm finished, you can
You know
come
what
back,
I'm
right?
saying? Like this and that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have that motherfucking gun when I go around them. Because they might take advantage of me. Fuck scamming, selling me out a couple $100.
Hey, brother,
I mean, man, go ahead, go to your country.
bro, are you drunk?
You know what I'm
Are you
saying?
drunk?
But around them, I know damn well they don't respect nothing but violence. That's it.
Yeah, he went to us.
Yo, bro.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
Are you drunk?
Let's pass the mic. It's my turn, if I
Yeah,
can.
yeah. No, I haven't spoken. He's just been talking over me.
Go ahead, Africa.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this FBA topic is actually doing my head in, bro. Just listening to you guys earlier. You know, I was out for a night out. I don't know if you know what that means in the UK. When you're out for a night out, that means you went out, you know, to the bar or to the pub to have a drink. But I just came back and obviously I was listening to you guys shouting over each other, saying stuff. There was a brother that was speaking before the guy came on. He was making some good point until he start talking about I'm 20% European and I've got red Indian, like
Hello.
making all kind of excuses. Yeah, making all kind of excuses not to be African, because that's what it sounds like. But that's
But
fine.
I'm not African.
Yeah, wait.
So why would I
No,
make an
that's fine.
excuse?
Yeah, you ain't gotta be
No,
African. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
pick
not
up on what I'm
African.
that's
putting
fine,
It's not
down.
an
bro.
excuse.
You know
Let
what
me
I'm
I'm
not
let me
saying?
African.
So
let
a
me
motherfucker to be
let me
talking
land. Let me
over
land.
here like
You
this
are
is
African.
That's
disrespect.
fine.
It's over
That's fine. That's
500
fine. One mic.
languages
One
in
mic.
Nigeria. You know what I'm
One mic. Yeah.
saying? They come over here,
One mic.
the
My
average
bro.
motherfucker
My
come
bro.
over here. They speaking
This
about
guy's
7
drunk,
or
man.
8 of them like that. I only know English. I ain't even my ex-girl was Hispanic. I didn't even want to understand Spanish. Because Spanish, like, to me, stupid as fuck. You know
All
what I'm
right. Okay.
saying? This and that, you
All
know
right.
what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I think
But
we. I
it's
think we got you.
a
You know what
lot
you're
of
saying.
those African languages are very powerful. But they don't
This
know
guy's.
which one
Yeah,
is
Babaliko.
powerful.
This guy is drunk, you know.
Because
We gotta
you
support
know
us,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So many of them.
This guy is drunk,
It's
man. He's drunk.
595 languages in Nigeria.
So you gotta land,
That's
and
true.
You can go
we gotta
20
pass the
miles,
mic.
nigga. A
Daddy,
motherfucker don't
Daddy
even know
got a
the fuck
mute.
you talking
Daddy got a
about.
mute, but
You know
he
what
got
I'm
a mute,
saying?
but
So it's a
Dinus, can you mute this
raw
guy for a minute?
environment. Some I don't, you know what I'm saying? Some I don't even never want to experience. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? This and that.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Lord of mercy.
What is up with
And
you
when you
Africans, man? What happened?
yeah, when you're on this sort of platform, you can actually see how
Yeah.
there's so many different
But you
types
know
of
what I'm
people out
saying? We
there.
can't count them out. You know what I'm saying? They
No,
talk
no, no, no,
over,
no, no, mate,
you know, we
mate.
talk over people the same way they do.
Brother, can you wait till it's your
Yeah,
turn?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Just wait. You're talking over people,
But you
bro.
know what I'm saying? It in the time frame that we in right now,
Oh my God.
English is the
Dinus, are you there?
king
I don't think you can hear
goddamn
us.
language.
Dinus, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to mute us, bro. You just be quiet when other people are speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, man, just
Be
go
Black
ahead,
Hugo,
man.
cause
If you
yeah,
talk
be Black
directly to
Hugo.
him, he gonna start up. Just go ahead.
I'll stay away. I'll stay away from it for now. I'll listen to you. Go on.
Okay, well, let me say this real quick. First of all, we're mostly like I say about 95% to like maybe like 80% African. Um, I don't know what this guy talking about. He's so entrenched with the little European, I guess, admixture that he has. He's proud of it. Most of us are not proud of that European admixture because it came in through rape, sir. So I don't understand this. I'm different. I'm not African. You know, and you proud of let me ask you this: how did the white blood, the white DNA
Now
get
we
inside you, sir?
African.
Damn, he back.
Now
Hold on.
all of us, we
I'll answer
African.
that.
We African. So
Hold on, my man. He's talking to me. I'll answer. So that was in
now
response to.
we African for sure.
Yeah, we African.
So you guys agree that you're African. I
Yeah.
understand that. So the
Now we
response.
all
What I
of
get.
us
What
pretty
I
much are we African for sure.
African
I
too.
hear
You know
you.
what I'm
I hear
saying?
you.
The mirror don't
Y'all
lie.
cool. So what I'm saying
DNA
is.
might lie, but the mirror don't lie.
So
We
hold
are
on.
African for sure.
All
Fuck
right,
a
we heard you.
DNA test. The
We heard
mirror
you.
don't lie.
Here, we heard you. Cool.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yeah, we
So
African
the
for
reason why
sure. So, you know what
I
I'm saying? I
we
know it's
heard
fucked
you.
up. I know it's
Damn,
fucked
man.
up.
We heard you. You cool. Well, the reason why the reason why I responded with that is because somebody said our DNA is African. So I reference. I'm like, well, okay, if our DNA is African, we got other DNA in us as well. Average black people, the
Oh.
average, not all, average black people are not 95% African.
Yes, they are, sir. And
Yeah,
why should
we
we respect?
African. We
And why should we?
African. We
And why?
just
And
don't
why
like
should?
ourselves.
Hold on before you
Yes.
flare up. Let me just finish so you can hear me out. So there's a few groups in the United States that have that high of
We
a
just
percentage.
don't like ourselves. That's why we gotta carry a
I just let it
machine
go.
gun when we go to all these inner cities.
See, we got machine guns because we black.
That's
So,
why, because we Africans. That,
oh, so
we don't like
Africans are the
each
violent
other.
ones?
So, you
Okay,
know what I'm saying? Like
I,
this and that. We can't
that's what you
have
want to
a legitimate discussion. You know what I'm saying? When I motherfuckers catching getting them butt hurt over it. That's why every time we leave our proximities, we gotta carry some machine guns and walk around with 4 niggas with us, no matter what. Because these niggas sensitive.
Somebody
That's
said,
what it is. You know what I'm
dope
saying?
bag
So
still making a killing.
they ain't gonna never kill me. I'm gonna die of old age. Put that
Sir,
and put
excuse me.
that in your goddamn pipe and smoke it. I'm gonna die of old age. These little young niggas, woo, you know what I'm saying? They not gonna kill me. You know,
Excuse me,
I
sir.
promise you.
Excuse me, sir. I agree with a lot of what you said as far as like we African. I'm asking, can I finish up before so I can talk to the guy that says we're not African? If that's cool, that'll be good, man. So yeah, so
Yeah, so
as a matter of fact, some of us
well, hold on.
don't have.
Hold on.
Let
I
me
was
just say this. Let me
responding.
say this.
I was
These
responding.
niggas
Remember,
hate
and
each
I didn't.
other.
Damn.
These
There we go
niggas
again.
hate each other. Why? Be wary.
Whoa.
Be
I
wary when you
heard the
slap
N word. I
fire
just
with
stepped
them.
back. Oh, hold on.
You know what I'm
I heard
saying?
the N word.
They some
I'm
coconuts.
talking. The host is talking. The
They some
host is
fucking
talking.
coconuts.
The host is talking.
He's on
The
a
host
delay.
is
They
So he
talking.
don't
might not
like
hear
you,
you.
nigga.
The host is talking. The host is talking. I heard the N word. That's a fine. Send it $10 here. N-word tariff.
Yeah, you done taught me that lesson, Dinah. Although I'ma still send you dough, but
They ain't gonna kill me. I promise. You know what I'm saying? I promise.
Hold on. I'm talking. Send your tariff. Are you on Zelle or Cash App?
They uneducated. They think they educated.
God, someone said the N-word. They gotta pay
hate
the
each
cash.
other.
He did. You gotta speak
Anything
him
that
out.
look
Okay,
like
why are you
him.
still, sir? Why are you still talking? You need to pay your tariff.
Oh,
He's drunk.
Sir, you need to pay your tariff. Hello? Who was it? Who was it? That's Darius Ball?
Yeah, the guy with the video camera.
man, you know what I'm saying? It's America, man. We don't pay no fucking tariffs, you
Him.
know.
All right, you can go. All right.
Yeah, come on, man. How did he manage to get on here? I don't get it.
Yeah.
You've been called on like a few times for him, but you didn't.
No, like I had stepped away and I heard the N word. I'm like, you gotta pay. You don't pay, you gotta go. All right, shout out to Savage NEOs for the 200 Shules Sunshine. And guys, again, make sure you stream my documentary. Okay, please go to documentary.searchforhuru.com, documentary.searchforhuru.com, and stream my documentary, you guys. Everybody who's watching this, if you have not bought the documentary, I am humbly asking that you buy the documentary. It's yours forever. You stream it, go to documentary.searchforhuru.com, documentary.searchforhuru.com. Thank you so much. Or go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so most if you go to any black city, most black people that you see in those cities, they're dark skinned,
Remember,
like
I was
dark
still
brown.
speaking.
No,
Remember,
I
I
was
was still
speaking.
speaking.
No, I was speaking.
I was. You didn't. I was answering your question. You didn't let me. He cut me off. I didn't. He cut me off. He started doing his thing. Remember, I never finished.
No. You already spoke, bro. It was I'm actually being interrupted. I'm supposed to speak, but be
Go
black
ahead.
speak. Then after
I
be
was
black is
answering
me.
his question. That's all. He
You already
asked me a
answered it.
question.
You already answered it.
I didn't. All I said to you was the reason why I said the DNA thing is because somebody said our DNA is African. So I pointed out that we have mixed DNA. So are we still African? Because in Africa, hold on. I hear you, but in Africa, if you have mixed DNA, and you're not born there, they don't consider you African. That's what I was getting to. That is true.
No, that's not. You're talking about a mulatto, and we weren't calling ourselves mulattoes. First of all,
I didn't say that. I said if you have mixed DNA and you were not born in Africa, if you go to Africa, they'll tell you you're not African.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
So you telling me?
Hold on. They'll tell you you're not African even if you're not not that mean. So I mean,
Thank you. So that's all I was pointing out. That was my
No,
point. That's why
no,
we're not African.
no, no,
That's
no,
exactly why we're not
no. You're
African.
saying so. You're saying, let's say a guy goes from the UK, right? He
Uh
has
huh.
majority of his people come from Nigeria,
Let's
right?
say both his parents is from Nigeria. Yep, and they have
No,
him
no.
in
I'm
the UK.
saying that they've been in Nigeria. I mean, his parents period been in Nigeria for decades, right?
Uh huh.
Let's say
But
if
hold
like
on,
a
wait. Sorry,
grandparent,
are they from Africa or they not? Or their parents from Africa?
the original parents are from Africa, right?
All right,
Let's
cool.
say that the great grandparents were African, right?
Uh
Let's
huh.
say that one of the children from the great grandparents, let's say they dated a white woman and had a child, right?
Right.
So let's say the child from that child married with an African, and then they made children. You're
Okay.
telling me that child that comes back to Africa, and the only thing he has is a little mixture of white DNA, a little mixture, right? Because we're talking
Mhm.
about a white grandparent, right? One white
Right.
grandparent.
And a
You're
white
going to
mother,
no,
right?
no, just a white grandparent.
I thought you said he had.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
sorry. The guy is mixed. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, go ahead.
so he just has one white grandparent, right?
Okay.
But everything
Mhm.
else is Nigeria. You're telling me when that guy comes back to when he goes back to Nigeria because he still has family in Nigeria, they're going to say he's not African.
Correct.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. A guy was just up here who told us he's a first generation born in America African. He said that
And
people even tell him he's not African.
Not
So
African. Exactly.
there we go.
I don't
Like,
know.
Well, you might have some, but you have some that say he's
Well,
African.
no, but you
right. Like,
misunderstand. Africans don't consider us Africans. Why on earth would we? Why would no? When you go back to Africa, sorry, sir. When you go back to Africa, even if you were born from two
Well, have
parents.
you been to Africa?
No, I've been to Jamaica though.
No, you haven't been to Africa. So that doesn't count.
Bro, listen, pass
Jamaica
the
does
mic,
the
man.
same.
People, I mean, you
Jamaica
guys
does
been
the same
talking all
thing.
night.
But let me
Pass
talk.
the mic. Be black. Pass the mic, man. Pass the mic.
Okay, I feel land my plane right. So, like I said, the guy's been over here. He's been like, just because he has this admixture, I guess he must be light skinned because if you go to majority of black towns, majority of black people are dark skinned or dark brown, very dark brown.
What does light skin have to do with
Let the
Africans
man
not
speak,
considering
bro.
you
Stop
African?
interrupting.
No, let him speak. So, majority of us are pretty much like 85 to 95% African. He wants to lean on that mixture, that little mixture. Most of that mixture that's in us was from slavery, right?
Yeah.
From rapists. So why be proud of that mixture? Most of us are not proud of that mixture, right?
How is that
little
pride?
mixture. And then
Why
you
is
have
that
actually
pride?
because you're sitting there, we're different because we
are different because of what happened to us.
We're mostly 85 now. Majority
Hey, you keep saying
majority
that.
of us. Hold on, I'm still talking. The majority
God, this
DNA
guy,
in
can you
us.
stop interrupting, bro?
Sir, if you go back to Africa, they'll tell you
Bro,
you're not
boy,
African.
can you
So
stop
why do you
interrupting?
keep calling yourself African if they tell you you're not?
Can you tell this woman, who is this woman? She's keep interrupting people, man.
He's 70% African. You can tell he's probably like a mulatto or stuff.
Let's say I was
He's ashamed of his African heritage.
Why would I be ashamed? I'm not African.
Ashamed. You are
but
ashamed.
I'm not African. Why would I need to be
Majority-
African?
You know, you have white people that have black DNA in them. Are they still white?
Then does that?
But you can't tell by looking at them that they got black DNA in them.
Let's let Africa talk, guys. Let's let him talk.
Elon Musk is African.
God.
So
wow.
I'm not African. I wasn't born there.
I got headed.
Go ahead,
I got headache listening to him. Oh God!
Could you be quiet so Africa talk? Please don't interrupt.
But this is an FBA question. Why are we talking about Africa?
We talk.
Wow.
The guy's name is Africa. Could you let him
right,
talk?
but the show is about FBA. Why are we talking about Africa?
God, Lord.
Let Africa speak. Go ahead, Africa.
Oh my God! Can't be Jesus. Oh Lord. Oh man, what's wrong with black people today, man?
Oh, we're black.
Crazy. I thought. Yeah, I thought I had too much. I thought I had too much to drink until I started listening to some people. I realized I'm actually sober. So basically, I'm thinking, this thing FBA topic that's springing up the internet. I think is a disaster waiting to happen, man. The more I listen to certain people, the more I actually start feeling like, It's quite sickening. The reality is, we know African Americans have their own ethnicity, regardless of the admixture. If you have anything over 50% Black, African, you're definitely African descent. Nobody's saying you're African. You know, the
They
Europeans
did.
who are
They
no,
did say
just
we're
shut up,
African.
bro. Shut up. You're annoying. Just be quiet. So they basically they can't. If anybody, look, don't listen to Africans. Africans don't even like themselves, not alone other people, bro. I'm
So
African. I'm
then,
telling you, Africans are a bad example when it comes to liking you or liking each other. All they
we
do
don't
is
like
care about
y'all.
their tribes.
We don't care.
Who's
Well,
talking to you, bro?
but
Hey, bro,
sir,
come on now. Just let him talk.
Right,
Let
you
him
still
but you
talk.
said,
interrupting him.
all right, my fault. I'm sorry,
Right.
Spanner. I apologize. You're right.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman talking?
Now you don't have to insult me, sir. Speak.
Oh, okay, he's a man. Okay, I
But
thought he was
this
a
could get
woman.
ugly. This
But
could
yeah,
get real ugly for you.
no, if you,
It's
listen, I'm
not
ready
hard
for anything, bro.
for me to make you look dumb. So
That's
I don't
that.
think you want to do that.
What it
Hey,
is
No,
that
no,
no,
I'm just
no,
saying.
no. Let him finish talking. We don't got to do all that.
it's the non-black DNA talking through him, sir.
Right.
I know the
So,
non-black
so
DNA.
West,
All right. They
exactly.
set it off,
Sound like it.
Dinus. I'm gonna just let it be
Right.
known.
Okay. So basically, we in West Africa, we have what they call the ghost DNA in us. Majority of West Africans have that, and that is a very special marker, for people of our race. And I believe that ghost human that they call Denisovan is what make African people of West African descent very athletic. We build different. We actually very fast. That we're quite unique people, and I believe that's one of the reasons why we've been targeted globally because of that. We're very special people, and some people don't know that, but I can understand why. Because over the years, we lack critical thinking. We don't get the right education. Basically, all our leaders have failed us. So now, we're in this disarray. But I'm telling you now that nobody is against African Black Americans or African Americans or FBA forming their ethnicity. And I think it's about time they do that because they have to be separated from the African group. It's only recently when I spoke to Quincy, I realized a Black African who's born in America is classed as the same as African American who's been there for over 200 years. That's wrong because legally they're not the same people, according to legally. Yeah. And so that's not up to Africans. That's not up to Africans. That's the problem is coming from the US government. The US government should classify the group, say, look, these are Black Americans or African Americans who've been here 200 years. They're different ethnicity. According to the nationality, it's basically the Nationality Act needs to be adjusted by the US government. That is the main issue here. If they can adjust the Nationality Act to separate African Americans to Africans, I think most of this problem will go away. But you cannot blame Africans for this. You need to blame the Black Caucus or the African American or FBA politicians and the US government and the people who actually are trying to seek to divide Africans and the African Americans. By coming here online insulting Africans, you are aiding the enemy. By coming here insulting African Americans, you are aiding the enemy. Simple as that. Can you imagine if the special agent like the FBI or whatever they listen to this conversation? If they want to divide Africans, they know where to go because they know we actually are very divided based on ethnicity. It's very bad. So I advise people to stop talking and start acting. Nationality Act can be amended anywhere in the world. It's been done every day by different countries. It's not too late because you cannot be classified as Africans who came there uh, 50 years ago and have kids to African Americans who've been in America for 200 years, who actually were descendants of slaves. That's wrong. This is the conversation you should be having. So you can have people with you to actually amend this. Until you do that, you just gotta be fighting each other. Africans gotta fight Americans. American gotta be fighting African, and nothing is gonna be solved. And this is where I stand. I think West African people of West African descent, we're quite unique people. We're being targeted globally for a reason. I pass the mic.
How are you guys being targeted?
I pass the mic. You can say no comment.
No, you said that you guys
It's
are being
Steve's turn.
targeted.
It's Steve's turn. You trying to hog the conversation, man?
No,
Let
no, I'm
Steve talk.
asking him. He said that they're being globally targeted. I'm just curious on how.
Sir, you've been hogging the conversation. Can we let Steve talk? He hasn't talked yet.
I'm just asking the last dude to talk. But okay, fine, go ahead.
I was just coming to here to push back on you a little bit, Big Black. Pause. Most Black Americans are not like 95% African. I don't know where you got that one from.
I said 95 to 85%.
I wouldn't say that's true either. It will be more 70 to 95.
No, it wouldn't be more than 70. Me personally, I don't see no white person until like the slave master. So me personally,
oh no, I agree with you on that. But
I go to the family union every year. Okay,
I understand what you're saying, right? No, let me explain something real quick, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much admixture you have. Most of the time, most Black Americans, last time they had a full white ancestor was like pre-Civil War. For most of us, it doesn't matter how much admixture you have. But I would say majority of the population is in between 70 and 95% African, from what I've seen and what the research I've looked at. That's why they say.
Well, I say the highest like 95. You actually have some African Americans that don't have no admixture.
I seen a few people like that, but they very isolated people, so it happens. Yeah.
But to say we are all 80%, no, that's false.
Nobody said we all. We said we're.
I never said all. I said the normal range. The normal range for European DNA is 5 to 30%, and the average is like I think 20. And I think
the average is not 20. No,
the average is 20.
The average is 20.
And the mean,
if you Google right now, there's no way there's no way they can verify you. There's no way right now if you go type in that. There's no way right now on the internet you can verify that.
Yes, you can. It literally says it. 15 to 25%. It
doesn't. I've tried to type it. You can't.
There's people that took DNA tests and they gathered samples from wide range of Black Americans. That's how they came up with this number. Now, with that being said, yes, majority of the Black American population is in between 80 and 90.
Source up. Right, you can't source up. I've Googled it. There's no way you can tell that.
Then how can you tell you're 95%?
You can look at the people. Most Black people they have when they look in their ancestors.
Aren't you gonna source?
What I'm saying. Most Black people. You can't source up. You ain't sourced up. You're the main one understand that.
I mean,
listen.
You've been the main one pushing. You've been the main one pushing 80% because you love that. You love the white mixture in you.
So now
you like the white mixture in you, man.
Sir, you told him to source up. For him to prove
let me ask you this question.
You said most Black. Hold on, before you go.
White mixture in you, sir?
I need you to source up on your 95%.
You in love with them white mixture in you. That makes you happy. That makes you good that you have some white mixture in you.
You in love with the African, so source up.
You like that little 20%. That just makes you gleeful.
So you're not gonna.
That makes you happy as hell, don't it? You got 20%.
So
you're just so happy. You about to do a cartwheel right now. You like I got this 20% in me. I'm so happy.
Oh,
you love it, don't you? You love it, don't you? Do you love it? I'm just asking. Do you love it?
I guess I do, because you can't prove you African.
I know you do. So
where's your proof, African?
You love it. You love even though it's only 20%.
African.
You just love. You love that drop. You love the little drops.
Oh, you want to be like my man? You feel it.
You love it, don't you? You love the little drops. You like, man, I got some white folk in me. And a touch of India. How much?
I'm African. Look at my
how embarrassing.
Sir.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Come on now.
How much Indian do you have in
I
you,
just
sir?
asked him to. Hey, I just asked him to source up, and he flipped out. He crashed out. I don't know why.
Listen, I told
I
the
don't
man
know
to
why.
source up. Look, I told him to source up. First of all, foundational Black American. First of all, when we first got here, you weren't even American. How about that?
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
How
but
about that? So how you gonna be
what?
foundational Black
Yeah,
American when
because
you didn't when you got over here, America wasn't here, and then when America was established, you still wasn't American. We still wasn't American. So how can you be foundational Black American?
my
Explain that.
ancestors actually built America.
No, they weren't American when America was formed. We were still slaves. They weren't calling us American.
Correct. We built America, and then
So we're not foundational Black American.
But that isn't that where the term African American came from though back in the day? Because they was like they added because they would just consider African, but they added the American to it because they wanted to let people know like we also American. I believe that's
African in
so there were so back in the day they tried to call us African few, and it was all foundational Black Americans fought it. That's why it died.
I never heard of a church saying foundational Black American.
Hold on.
In 1988.
I'm talking about back in the 1700s.
Right, they tried back then.
We had churches like the AME.
None of the Black Americans or what they called Negroes back then was feeling that.
I never heard of.
They weren't really feeling it. Okay.
I never heard of.
But I can't speak for every other state, but I was just reading something about North Carolina around that time. Like 40% of the slaves were actually born in Africa. So why wouldn't they want to be recognized as African? Can y'all hear me? Like what happened?
It's because they're African. African brothers enslaved them and sold. It's because their African brothers enslaved them and sold.
But there was African groups that like they fought against slavery. What was the group called? The Sons of Africa. It was
the Sons of Africa. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why did they call themselves Africa? They got sold from Africa.
Right, but
just like the Irish, that 20% that you're proud of.
But what happened to the Sons of Africa?
But they still class themselves as
white people. What happened to them?
What happened to them? I know I don't.
They don't exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
This guy coming here.
I don't know why we want to keep clinging to this stuff. And I do take the brother's point that said, I do take the brother's point that said that we wasn't Americans because there was no America. That's true. So he's absolutely right. And then when they did establish America, they wrote us into the Constitution, but they sacrificed part of our humanity, but still wrote us into the Constitution. And then a couple decades later, we finally got citizenship into the country that our ancestors built.
Let me ask you a question. Listen? Hold on. Let me say this real quick. All right, I don't mind like if you want to identify whatever you want to identify with. Did your ancestors come from Africa? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Oh, see, there we go. Nah, I can't.
Well, let me ask you this.
Well, no, I'm seriously. I've done my lineage, and I haven't found any records of anything that says they're from Africa. I have found that I have native ancestry because I found it in their books, one of my ancestors, but I don't know where my other ancestors, from my other grandparents came from. I can trace them back to slave plantations, but where they came from before that, I can't tell.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you have any African DNA in your Irish ancestry?
I don't have Irish ancestry, but I do have African.
I thought you were white.
I do have Caribbean. I do have I have Middle Eastern, and I have Native.
Aren't you was on here the other day, right? You said you got mistaken for being Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah. They thought I was Puerto Rican.
Oh wow.
I ain't got no Hispanic. You guess who's the light-skinned one in my family? My mother, who's 100% FBA from both sides.
Okay.
Yeah,
everybody else.
Wait, so what you saying? You're not 100% FBA. You're not 100% FBA.
No, my father's Jamaican.
What the heck? Oh man, I thought this dude.
Yeah, my father's Jamaican.
Man.
Okay, your father's Jamaican. And then like the rest of your DNA comes from like all of South America.
Hold on. What's
No,
up with
my
all these?
father's Jamaican and my mother is FBA. My mother's family, one comes from Augusta, Georgia, and the other family comes from South Carolina, and they were there until the late 1700s.
What's
And
up with all these FBAs that I have? Like, you know, the
You know,
quote unquote.
because I'm from New York, so it's the mix. You know,
Okay.
they meet up. You know,
And
they meet
I
up.
don't think it's any pure quote unquote FBAs in New York
You know,
anyway.
there's pure ones. There's people that got it from both sides. I got cousins who got it from both sides.
so
Okay.
since 70% white, where did that fall in when we talk about the, like Europe, you know what I'm saying? You guys Irish, Germany,
That's
because I know you like 70% white.
on my mother's side, they have mulatto. Yeah. My mother's side, who's FBA, is where the white come from.
So you 30%
My father looks like what people refer to as my father's actually literally, my grandfather is literally Arawak. He's dark as dark can be with curly hair.
Well, you
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
So you saying he native? He's a native Jamaican or whatever.
He's a native Jamaican, and my grandmother was a slave. They actually traced her back to a plantation.
Look. That one thing he said that I agree with. Right, I live in the UK long enough to agree with him that most Jamaicans, they don't like to identify themselves as African. The ones that do they're the Rastafarians.
My father was Rastafarian. Yeah, he was.
The Rastafarians wait, one second. The Rastafarians, they are more Afrocentric. But like the normal average Jamaicans, if you call them Africans, they will go mad at you. That's always been there.
Well, I
It's
think
been there for a long time.
due to the because it has been a little rift now. I heard it's
And
gotten a
also-
lot better, but in the UK, I think that's like in the UK, it's like a little different history there where you all would beef early
He's talking about in
early
Jamaica. He's talking about in Jamaica. There's nothing to do with the UK. He's talking about in Jamaica. If you say that they're African, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. They're gonna say they're Jamaican.
Well, they know they're African, though.
Hold on. Let me say this. There's a difference for saying I'm not African and I don't have no African ancestry. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, right. It's not the same thing, right? So nobody. I don't think there's an FBA that's. I mean, maybe the ones that swear.
Yeah, there's a lot of FBAs. Matter of fact, FBA is based off a lot because Tariq said it's the what did he say? It's the Africans, the few Africans that came, and then the Aboriginals that was.
He just said black people from the foundation of the country. That's all it was.
You could go on his website and read read what he
Aboriginal, Indian,
yeah.
He's like you. He's the United
Nations. People who were classified as black in the 1870 census. I don't know why y'all keep going beyond that.
I can go to the website.
Go to the website.
Okay, unless he changed it.
You have to be you have to have an ancestor who was designated as black on the 1870 census. You have to be born here, right? You have to have an ancestor from that far back, at least one. And then on top of that, he also says verbally, but I don't think it's on the website, that you have to consider yourself black now. But there's no real way to prove that one, so
what I'm hearing is like not everybody, but some people are making all kind of excuses not to be African.
I mean, we're not. We have African ancestry, but
I'm not saying African because nationality-wise, you're not African. But I'm talking about African descent. The descendant of Africa.
Only a few people say they don't have African descent. Those are the indigenous folk, them and the 5%ers and the other sovereign, the dudes always talking about sovereignty and all of that. Them dudes will say, what do you call them?
Moors? Moors? You talking about the Moors?
Yeah, they'll say they're not African. But most Black Americans know they have African ancestry. Nobody denies that. It's just that when we say we're not African, y'all flip out and say, oh, you don't have no African? And if we say, yeah, we got African, then that means you're African. Like,
no, because we get confused because some people say they indigenous, they don't have no African DNA.
Exactly.
That's why it causes confusion.
Most black people know most black people actually say, yeah, I got some. They'll say it. I have relatives that were slaves, right? Because we all been programmed that slaves only came from Africa when we actually know that ain't all true. But if you're about 1870 census and black, you're FBA.
What are you going to do? What do you think? What are you going to do about basically getting the Nationality Act change, where African Americans would be identified differently to African.
What nationality act were you talking about?
Why would they do that? Like, 'cause Tariq is trying to grift, so like he's not
Hold
trying to actually
on,
accomplish
wait. I don't understand
anything.
his question. What nationality act are you talking about?
Basically, African Americans who've been enslaved descendants who've been in America for over 200 years, to African who were born there or their parents were born there. Okay, what are you going to do to separate these two groups? Because legally they should be separated because one is kind of native. Because if you've been somewhere for over two to 400 years, you're kind of native to that land. Okay, and we have some ethnic groups in Africa who live in some countries. They haven't been there for over 100 years, and they claim to be native. Not alone,
Sorry,
yeah.
they live
So
in.
if you,
Sorry, that last part I
yeah,
didn't hear you. They live in Africa and they claim to be native in Africa.
no, we have some ethnic group in Africa who migrated to certain area in Africa for less than 200 years, and they claim to be native to that land. African
You mean
Americans been in
Liberia?
power.
You mean Liberia?
Yeah, it could be Liberia, in Nigeria, so on.
They
Okay,
don't.
and
They're not American.
how long? Listen. How long did African American been in America?
We're approaching 400 years.
Yeah,
400 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're basically practically an ethnic group to that country. African Americans are an ethnic group
Well,
to that
I think
country.
most people.
Okay?
I think when most people hear us, they think us as like immigrants, right? We were here
No,
before
yeah,
the
no.
country. Well, hold on, but we were
You
here
are.
before the country formed. We actually helped
Well,
build it.
that's what I'm trying to. That's my point. I'm trying to make.
But there's no
Listen,
reason
listen.
for us to say we're African. We already built our own country. Why
Just
would we
listen. What
say
are
we're
you going to do to separate yourself in the documentation to the other group of Africans? That's my question.
get on Twitter and and
There's
YouTube and talk crazy. That's what they do.
There's actually an easier answer. Do you know that when foreigners, even the black ones, come here, they select to be black? Did you know that?
He knows that. That's why everybody's black. That's why you say you want to
Well, no.
delineate. Right?
What I'm saying is they don't have to choose to be black. They select it themselves.
Because they black.
Well, they think they're black,
They're black.
But in their own country.
Is the education
Hold on.
system in America failing you?
Yeah, I'm talking about the legal system and designation.
Listen, that's because black or African American means
Hold on.
anybody descendant of the black
Hold
or
on,
African.
no, you misunderstand.
Black is a race, sir.
Hold on. Have any of you guys looked at the immigrant form and when you're coming over in the immigration form? You do have another selection besides black and or African American. You have actually several other selections.
Like what? So what would they choose?
You can actually choose other.
Why would they choose other?
Because they're not black Americans.
They're black. Black is a race, sir.
Right, but it says black or African American.
That's what they chose black because they're part of the black race.
Right, but they don't use black in their country.
But under the United States government says a black person is anybody of sub-Saharan African origin. Any of the races.
I'm not saying that. They do.
Right.
They say that. But what I'm saying, and that happened like in the early 2000s or late 90s, by the way. That's new. But fine.
Okay.
All I'm saying is when they come here, they don't have to select that race. They can select other. They don't have to select black. They don't have to select. Hold on. They don't have to select black or African American.
They do the same thing.
Right. Hold on. If they can choose not to be designated within this race, then why are they?
The same reason why a black American can go live in the UK, right? And he can choose black because they use black over there in the UK too, right?
Right, but he has a passport and he'll be designated as a black American.
Well, that African
American. He'll have to designate himself as an immigrant.
But we know how many black immigrants are in the country because it also. I don't know about those forms. I know census records. They ask you like if you know your race, but they also ask you your country of origin.
Right, census. Because they ask you your country of origins, and they'll say.
They know how many black immigrants.
All I'm pointing out is black isn't something that immigrants use in their home countries to describe themselves. That when they come here, they have a selection of options to choose for race, and they pick black or African American. All I'm saying He asked me a question about how it's separated. I'm like, it's already separated. It's just that these new people coming in are choosing our group as they and them being a part of it. It's already separated.
Listen what I'm telling you. Like in South Africa, right?
We just cosplaying.
They have South Africa. They have.
They're just cosplaying.
Okay.
No, it's not cosplaying. Listen, in South Africa, they have racial groups. Yeah, black is being used. So let's say a South African that's black comes over here, he's still choosing black because that's his race. Same thing with the UK. Let's say if a black UK guy comes to the United States, he'll still choose black because he chose black in the UK. Right?
That's true.
When you're talking about like countries in Africa, let's say like Zimbabwe, we really don't know how their census is, to be honest with you. And then most of the people there, I'm
they don't
probably
track race like that. They don't track
probably because like 98%, right? But in America, it's a melting pot. You have some of everything over here. So you know what I mean?
Right. But
I mean, they don't track race. I found they don't track race in France either. A lot of European countries they don't
but
track.
Germany they do. Yeah, Germany they do.
Oh,
too,
Germany
yeah.
they do.
All I'm saying is it's just their choice when they get over here. They do have other options. So that's all.
They ask you for Afro-Caribbean, Black Africans, Black, other Black. They got other. They actually got so many questions of it to the point you will actually got enough option to fit yourself in there, okay? Because they really want to know who you are.
Actually, they're educated to know that they're they're educated to know that they're black.
What they do is
it's not cosplay. No, it's not cosplay. Let me understand this. When they come over here, they understand racially they're black. Like you got Africa say it's not their fault. You got to blame the government. Because they don't have classifications like Nigerian American, right? Ghanaian American.
They do. Oh, wait, you talking about in the UK or in America? In America, they do.
In the UK,
not right now. They don't.
On a census record, you do. They like. I could hold on. Maybe I'm tripping.
Record, no.
Census record.
It's not the same as. Be quiet. It's not the same. Census record is not the same as nationality. If you're gonna put the data in the census, different to what you have in the Nationality Act and Immigration Act, because these are two different things. So you need to separate an ethnic group who've been there for 400 years to migrant that came there less than 100 years. You have to. Anyone with normal.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong, but listen to what you're saying. You're saying the people that are from here, that have built here, have to come up with a new name for their own classification instead of the one that they've been using, because the new people coming here keep using their classification. Why are the new people using their classification?
Because they ask them their race.
Right? They could select other. Right? They could select other. They don't have to pick.
The race is not other. The race is black.
Well, hold on. There is an option for other when you select race.
Why would you choose
on your paperwork?
other? Why would you choose other when your race is black?
So what do white immigrants?
Black, and the black people here use black, and you're not from here.
Okay, the white people when they come over here, right? As far as like from, let's say,
I don't care what the white people do, man.
But that's good, right? And I don't care. I don't care.
Being white,
and I don't care what the black immigrants when they come over here, they choose black. It's their race. It's black. I don't care either.
Now, if you say that, we should start splitting up people by ethnicities. I agree with you on that. They want to do that.
Well, but remember, here, black is also an ethnicity, right?
Black is not an ethnicity.
Black American can be an ethnicity, but not.
It should be. It should be
an ethnicity, 100%. But black itself should not be an ethnicity.
No, black shouldn't be. But black Americans need African, black Americans who been there over 400 years should be.
If your race is black, and doesn't that mean you're a black American or no?
No, but listen, in Africa, people are black, right? But they got different ethnicities within the black race, okay? So in America, they should have the same thing, okay? Even though you have different sort of black people, but the black Americans, okay, should be their own ethnicity. This is simple as that. It's common sense.
No, I don't disagree with you. I hear what you're saying, but you're telling us to conform to the incoming people. Why aren't the incoming people conforming to what we're saying?
Well,
You're not black.
it's in your
Choose the
right. Okay,
other.
look,
Choose
look,
the
look,
option
look,
of
look,
other instead
look.
of choosing
Who,
black.
who,
You're
if you
talking
don't
about
do that,
something
who,
that's system. If you're gonna
if you
change it,
don't do that, if you don't do that, who is going to lose? Because
No,
if they
I'm not
catch
saying
you,
that. Don't disagree.
exactly.
Don't
So you're
misunderstand me. I'm not
sir, if
saying
you
that you're
want to change
wrong.
it, the best way to change it is systematically, right?
No.
Would you say
I don't
that?
disagree with y'all. I don't disagree with y'all. What I'm
So,
saying is
that's what he's
you're
saying.
trying.
Change it systematically,
I'm
but
not
at the same
disagreeing.
time, listen what I'm saying. But FBA is a terrible name because half of a third of FBA is abos and Indians.
What do you mean?
So
But they can't.
it's a terrible
No.
name. It's
No.
a
But hold
terrible name.
on.
We gotta think of a different name than
Hold
FBA.
on.
It's terrible.
Hold on.
Oh,
If they are
you don't
able,
want to, because you're
hold on.
abo and Indian.
Are you saying some foundational Black Americans are not of Native ancestry?
What I'm saying is on Tariq's website.
less than 10%. Yeah.
I hear you. No. I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you at all. But if the indigenous people were enslaved too, and then classified as Black, and then they
That's
were
not true.
classified, and it is true. Stop.
That's only in
Stop.
Louisiana, from what I understand. The Louisiana
No, it
person.
wasn't just Louisiana. It was North Carolina, South Carolina,
Yeah, it
Georgia.
wasn't that was true. The black and indigenous, that's what
New York,
not
because New
because they
York,
were actual, not because they were
even
like
in New
black
York, they enslaved.
aboriginals, but
Yeah.
it just meant they were slaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
what happened?
all
So
I'm
say this.
saying
I
is
don't know
I
about
don't
that, man.
they'll
I don't
argue
know
and
about
saying,
that.
yeah, I'm 100% native. I don't know nothing about that. If you're 100% native and they'll say they're not FBA, and I'm like, all right, well then you're not FBA. What are you doing talking to us? Oh,
I
that's
agree with
cool.
that.
Listen.
Be your
The
own people. I get
FBA,
it. But there are FBA people that do have native ancestry. There are FBA people that have white
half the
ancestry. And
half the FBA are
FBA
pretenders,
people,
sir.
they
Half the
listen.
FBA pretenders took over the FBA group. They say,
Hey, it could be.
Tariq got the ball roller. We got a little
But hey,
African in us
dude,
now.
he
That's what makes the
designated.
group. And
He
then let's
designated.
be real. It's not.
He designated.
No,
Oh, sorry. Hold on. He designated what the verification process is. 1870 census. You have an ancestor on it that was designated as Black. That's simple.
no. Well, he said you got to be half. He said we're half. You got the history wrong.
It doesn't.
He
He
says
got
we're
the
30.
history, but he said in order
The
to be
history is wrong,
FBA,
sir. If
right?
you can't build a foundation on a fucked up land, man. The foundation has cracks on it. Have you ever built
What
a
do you
house?
mean cracks? We have
It has
multiple.
cracks in the foundation. The
Sir, we have.
foundation has cracks in it. You can't give the history is messed up. He says we're 1/3 Abo. He says we're 1/3 Indian, and he says we're 1/3 African. That's not true, sir.
But what does
You
that have to
might be
do?
1/3
But
Abo.
wait. But what does that have to do with the FBA designation?
Because he gave us a false history. I don't want a false history just to separate myself.
That's not the history of FBA. He said in FBA.
They said it on the doc. Could we go? The website says that.
Pull it up. Jesus, y'all say stuff, and then when we pull up the website, you're gonna spaz out again.
I just pulled up the website many a time.
What did it say?
It said you have to be the 3 stars. The 3 stars on that flag is for the Abo, the Indian, and the African.
I said, what are the
and he left out 1 star, which is the white mixture you like.
Okay, what is the conditions to be FBA? I didn't ask you about a flag.
That's what I'm saying. He said it on the website. You got to go to the website, sir.
Tell me what is it?
Let me say this, sir.
What are the conditions?
If you're going to adopt the
Come on,
FBI
man.
ideology, I'm just saying, you will need to go read up on the FBI ideology, sir.
Don't spaz out.
Sir,
what are the conditions to be FBA?
All I'm saying is, listen, he said 1/3 Abo, 1/3 Indian, and 1/3 Africans on that website, sir.
Is it the flag or FBA's conditions?
No, he literally wrote it out on the website, sir.
What is the conditions to be FBA?
I keep telling you that. I don't understand why you're not understanding that, sir. It's on the website.
You tell me about the flag.
No, I'm telling you about what he wrote under the flag. He wrote that.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it right now. Give me the website name.
You should know.
Now you ain't gotta do it because he changed the website. It don't say nothing about the indigenous people no more.
He changed the website.
Yep. I just peeped
That's,
that. I
but
just looked at it.
even if he said that, that has nothing to do with whether or not you're FBA. It was
Yes, it
specifically
Right.
does. If he's giving you a fake history, yes, it
no,
does.
the history, all the
That's
conditions.
like me saying we're African, but we originated in Europe.
No, FBA. All it said was you have an ancestor on the 1870 census that was designated as black.
Sir,
That was
he's
it.
saying that
And that you were born, and that you were born here in the U.S. That's
Sir,
all it said.
Diners has many pretenders that come on here and say that they're FBA, and they said we're not even African. How many times have you heard that on this show? I heard it plenty of times. We don't.
But what does that have to do with FBA?
Because they're claiming FBA something. The premise,
but what
the
is
foundation,
the
foundation is faulty, sir.
Right, but
why
what
don't
does
you understand that?
Hold on, but what does FBA have to do with being African?
You take that up with Tariq Nasheed.
But he never said anything about African. He never said anything about African.
Yes, he did. He said we're 1/3 African, sir.
For FBAs?
Yes.
But the condition for FBA is that you're black and on the 1870 census. And
this argument ain't going nowhere, man. This ain't going nowhere.
But he's lying. He's lying, man.
He's talking about
he's lying.
He's talking about what is on the site, and I'm asking you, what are the conditions to be FBA? You keep talking about history.
If he made you weren't screaming FBA until he said FBA.
Are you slow? Like,
sir, you slow. You the one slow. You didn't know what an FBA was. You thought it was fulfilled by Amazon to recommend FBA. Let's be honest, okay?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question.
If you're African, just be African, man. Get your dashiki.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These light, bright, damn near white people trying to run the black movement, man. I'm sorry, man. You're talking about we were first. See, that's what I'm saying. I knew you were very light. You said first we were mulattoes. You said first we were mulattoes. Like, come on, man.
I'm not like
you, man. Listen, man. You part of the green vein society, man. You sir, you said
do you
first.
know your ABCs?
Sir, you said
you're having trouble, my man. You're struggling right now.
You said you were Paraguay.
I got you.
You said you were Haitian. You said you were Cuban. You said you were Puerto Rican. Hell, you got all the flags of South America with you. What part of Africa do you have? You got 10% of Africa.
What are you talking about? I never mentioned South America.
With the whole Caribbean. You said you got the whole Caribbean.
I didn't say that.
You said you mixed with the whole Caribbean and half of South America.
No, I didn't say that.
You said you was Alaskan and Swedish. Come on, man. How much? Goddamn. Where the black come in?
All right, Big Black. You just saying stuff now.
No, he did say that. He did say that.
He said Swedish.
He was Swedish. No, he did say that last episode.
I got no comeback for that one right there.
Hold on. I just came back. Did I hear an N-word?
No. Nobody said that.
Damn,
That's want to get that money, boy. That's N-word. We gotta click. No, I said Swedish. Yeah, he said it was Swedish.
He said somebody. Let me ask you a question. Is Drake FBA?
No.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm talking about. How can it be a lineage and Drake is not FBA?
Because he was born in Canada.
But oh my God!
But it's fine. He can trace it to the census. He can trace his lineage back to the census.
It's true, but you have to be a U.S. citizen as well.
What kind of shit is that, man?
Because that means you weren't born. That means you weren't born in the country. You were born in another country.
Oh Lord!
That's like Liberians. Liberians can say they're FBA, but they're Liberian. They're not FBA. He's Canadian.
So when a Nigerian is born in America, he's no longer a Nigerian.
That's what they tell him. The guy said it earlier.
So, what you're telling me is, if any FBA leaves and had a child somewhere else, that child is no longer FBA.
If the child is a citizen of another country, yeah, they're not a citizen of the U.S.
So when a Mexican is born in this country, he's no longer a Mexican.
They'll say that. Literally, I guess you don't talk to these people when the kids are born here.
I know you talk to them because you have.
I do because I lived in Miami for 20 years.
The Mexicans ain't in Miami, sir.
Mexicans, Cubans, the same thing. Jamaicans, Trinis, well, any of the kids that are born here, if they go back and say, hey, yeah, I'm Trini, they're going to correct them and say, no, you're not Trini, you're from America.
I think you're Latin American, sir, with a touch of African.
I don't know anything about Hispanic.
So basically, our
anything.
lineage, like, it just depends on if you're born here in America.
No,
like, you can
our
trace it back
lineage,
to the
it has
1870s.
to do with your ancestors.
Right. If you track it back down to the 1870s.
Well, hold on. Your ancestors and how long they've been here and your citizenship.
That's not but listen,
if you weren't born here and you're a citizen of another country, that means you're not an American. How can you be a foundational Black American if you're not an American?
Because I thought, like you said, it's a lineage. It's about
right. How can you be mad at Nigerians if they're born here?
Your lineage has to do with the country you're from as well. You can't
That's not true.
It is true.
Do we need to look at the definition of lineage?
Yeah. Go ahead. It has to do with your ancestry, where your ancestors are from. And your ancestors are from here. That's why everybody keeps when these people say that we are African, and we be like, no, we're not African. Well, you have African ancestry, but yeah, if I go back to Africa, they don't think I'm an African because I'm not.
So you look white, so we understand why you say you're not.
Hey, I mean, I could pass and I make money play. I got good credit.
I mean, the definition I got from Google, it says lineage means a person direct descent from an ancestor, family, or group connected by a common ancestor. I can't see it because something is in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I posted in the chat. I can't read the rest of it because it's blocked off. But yeah, like, so Drake will be FBA because he's descendant of, like, if FBA is a lineage, Drake
can't be. He's not American, so how's he FBA?
Because he's descendant of people who would be quote unquote FBA through his father.
Yeah, you're a descendant of people from Africa. Are you African?
I'm an African descent, yes.
Right, but are you African?
I'm of African descent.
Right, but I know that you're of African descent. I'm asking, are you an African?
I'm an African American.
You're an African American, so you're not an African. You're an African American.
I'm African. You're like a half African American.
I don't know why you taking shots at me. I just asked, are you African?
Both of my lineage goes back to Africa, West Africa.
I hear you. So, but I'm asking you the question: are you an African?
Ethnically, I'm a Black American.
Gotcha. I'm asking: are you an African? Yes or no?
No,
okay.
but my lineage is of. But I'm a.
So
my lineage.
That's why Drake ain't of FBA because he's not an American.
No.
What? What do you mean? No.
So let me ask you something. Are white people European?
No, they'll tell you that too.
Nah, they'll
tell you I'm an American.
Let me tell you something.
They'll get mad at you if you say
when anything happens in the royal family, one big event, they shut down all these. They shut down all these.
They'll reference their family, but they will not say that they're European.
Shut down all these TV shows. They'll come whenever you're watching off the show, the Queen of England getting married.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But you just hate black. You just hate the word black.
Why do I hate black? If I hate black if I say I'm not African? You know black didn't come from Africa, right? It came from here.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
I don't know if y'all realize that.
Let me ask you a question. Like why do we keep?
It came from Black people here in the United States. It didn't.
Let me ask you a question. Like, shouldn't we as Black Americans choose like another name outside of Black because we didn't create that? Like, it's.
I've had that discussion. I don't think so. Why should we?
He had no discussion. He told me he had that discussion.
I talked to people that thought we should, and then I thought we should at one point, and then I was like, why should we?
I think he did.
Because like we were named that by another group of people. It's not something that we.
Well, we weren't named Black. We selected Black. We were given Negro as the first.
But
term.
it was at one point in time where Black was an offensive term. Like you didn't want to be called Black.
Right. Because what happened was we selected Black to represent ourselves, and then the system went into effect. And of course, they gotta. If we're calling ourselves Black, then of course they gotta make us look bad. So. That's what they did.
So somebody in power said, probably a Black person said, we like the name Black, so we chose Black. Just like we started using the word African American. Same thing.
Pretty much, But yeah. I don't think changing it from Black to something else is gonna make or changing.
It's already changed. We already
Yeah, I
African
mean, we just
American.
hey, there's nothing wrong being FBA. So I don't know why everybody's in the tizzy. If you
I
FBA, you FBA.
listen. Who? Like, I can't be named by a pimp. I'm just being real with you.
I mean, you say that stuff, but he's never been a pimp. He's never been to
And then he
jail.
gave
You know,
us
you
a
just
fake history.
hear stuff about people. You got him saying fake history. FBA designation ain't got nothing to do with what he said the history was. Actually, it comes from some of our black
He
thought
gives us
leaders.
a lot of fake history.
Just like
Talking about
what
the hell is Majora spirit?
he actually took it from one of our thought leaders that everybody references.
Don't say Claude Anderson, please.
He
Don't.
did, and he just put his little smart ass twist on it.
Yeah, he's just as black as you.
He just took it and put his own little smart twist on it.
Let me ask you a question, right?
He's just as black as you. I know why you like him.
Man.
But go ahead. I'm asking him what is Majora spirit? He says we have a Majora spirit. What the hell is a Majora spirit? Do you know that? I mean, you so big on FBA.
It's with the spiritual BS. Yeah, I'm not spiritual at all. So
okay.
Somebody looking for the link. Somebody
looking for the link. FBA has that Majora spirit. You got that Majora spirit.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know. Do you speak Tutnese? You speak Tut?
No, I don't speak Tut. No. Although I should, because my family is from that area. But I don't.
You got what's it? Ogun deodorant, whatever you sell.
I did buy it. It's decent. It's all right.
Actually bought his deodorant, man.
You got your FBA flag hanging out.
I was like, yo, what is this? You know, is it all?
You could go to the dollar store and think like, shit. I'm gonna get this goddamn deodorant.
Why would I want to support another black man? Why I gotta? I thought you said I hated black people, and when I buy from a black man,
like African,
you tell me to buy from the dollar to buy from the white
You don't want to be named African, but you don't want to be named African, but you're gonna buy Ogun deodorant. Come on now.
It's not Ogun deodorant. It's what is it called?
Ogun deodorant.
No, it's not. Ogun. It's what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's not Ogun deodorant. Somebody was selling Ogun juice or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, whatever it was. I forget it was Ogun.
Yeah, I think that was a lady selling that. Or I think it was a lady.
Tariq got some Ogun pepper spray. You got that stuff too?
No, I don't know what that is.
No, about the Ogun pepper spray.
So all of a sudden now we'd rather support the dollar store than the black man. I see how you roll, player.
I can't support a grifter. Come on now.
I mean, how is he grifting? People say that, but then when I asked him, "Hey, how's he grifting?" You can't really tell me. So can you tell me how he grifting?
Come on, the dude went from a rapper. He was a so-called pimp. Then he went to a R&B artist and whatnot. His mink slide days, and then he went to Pan-Africanism.
Mink slide days was like last year. He put out an album the year before last.
I mean, he just doing dude's just a hustler, man.
Hold on. So wait, I
all that pro-black stuff and got a white band member. What kind of shit?
I want you to analyze what you said.
Who was the white dude on this album cover, man?
Big black. Don't forget about his Mexican security.
Yeah, he got Mexican security. He got a white band member. Don't say nothing. I think that's his handler.
So I want to ask a question.
We ain't never heard the white man say one word. He don't even say nothing in the video. He just
I just want to understand when you say grifting, you still
all he do is just let. He just on that album, just leaning on the car.
I feel like he don't really believe in his FBA stuff. He's just trying to make money. That's all.
I hear you on that, but I'm just trying to understand where's the grift, right? Do you know what the meaning of that word is?
He made all his money off Pan-Africanism. If it wasn't for Pan-Africanism, you wouldn't even heard of him.
What Pan-Africanism?
Everybody, most of the people he brought to speak on his
but
videos
you remember Tariq, Big Black. You remember when Tariq said that you can get a big bag for talking down on black immigrants? I remember when he said that, and then all of a sudden he started talking about black immigrants.
So I just have a question. Y'all still ain't tell me what the grift is. So can you tell me?
He keeps grifting from one. He was a Pan-African.
When was he a Pan-African? I saw all his videos. I saw all his videos and it contained nothing. Yes, I did. I saw all of them and it had nothing to do with Pan-Africanism.
What are you talking about? He had everybody in his video was Pan-African.
Right, but they didn't talk about Pan-Africanism on his video.
It's a given. If you got Dr. Fresh, everybody that he bigs up. Dr. Fresh Express Wilson is a Pan-African.
Hold on. Did you watch? Did you watch the video?
Did he have anybody FBA in his videos? All the names,
yeah,
all the names.
Dr. Claude Anderson was in
Hold on. Somebody want me to say something. I ain't know Omar was listening. So he said, bring up so Tariq Nasheed, like there was this Nigerian dude that was pressing this Argentinian dude, right? And they thought like Tariq, I guess he thought that the Nigerian dude was FBA. And he was basically like FBA stand on business and all the other stuff. Like we fight back against racism. It was pretty funny. You ought to go watch that video, but like all the FBAs, they were talking about, oh yeah, see us FBA, we fight, we not scared, we don't flee and all this other stuff, and we actually stand at the racism and whatnot. And the whole time they didn't even know the dude was Nigerian. I mean, it was funny.
He got fooled by a cosplayer, and he's a grifter. I'm just trying to figure out what your point was. A cosplayer fooled him, but he's a grifter because he got.
But
fooled
hold on,
by a
I thought FBA could tell who was FBA and who wasn't.
I mean,
that's what they say.
Some of them niggas is good. We talked to a couple today. What didn't one dude say? No, it was you. You got African ancestry, but you Black American. I didn't ask you how are you Black American. You didn't really go into those details. Where your people's from?
North Carolina, Wilson County, Greene County, North Carolina.
And how far back have you traced your ancestry here in the United States?
Back to 1750. Not 1850.
And which record did you find that you have an African ancestor?
I haven't found any. I just know I took a DNA test.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, but he's a grifter though, man. You know he's a grifter.
I'm just waiting. If you can prove it, I won't disagree with you. I'm just waiting. Nobody has provided me grift evidence.
You know who I think you is? I think you that white guy on that album cover, man. On Tariq's album cover. That's
because I'm asking you to provide evidence. I'm a white guy. What's up with white people? Why do you like white people so much?
I think you are, man, because you don't sound black.
You refer to them quite often for somebody who say we black.
Because you don't sound black, man.
But where are your people from?
They ain't from where your people from.
Clearly. Clearly. Because you keep talking about white people.
I'm just saying, come on, man.
You said Switzerland, Alaska, you said Ireland. I'm like, wait, why do you keep referencing all these white people? What's up with you?
Because I know you're not FBA, but
why you got white people in your mind? You couldn't pick.
FBA is a cult though, so you're right.
That be Indian or Middle Eastern or Asian? Why I got to be white? What's up with the white people?
I don't know. You don't sound like Middle Eastern.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong. Leave white people alone. We gotta stop bringing up white people. We gotta stop bringing.
No. I don't think he.
I don't know why.
I ain't no wrong. I think he white Mexican, but you know.
I mean, I don't know why you keep saying white. You okay?
Come on.
Is your girl
no,
white?
Big Black. He one of our people, man. He one of our people.
I'm just saying, he brought up white people.
I don't know if this guy one of our people, man. This man talking about all this ancestry he got, man. He talking all this mixed.
I just don't understand.
I'm gonna call him fruit punch because this motherfucker mixed with every goddamn thing.
What do you mean? I mentioned 3 groups.
You mentioned like about 12 groups, man.
Don't forget the Swedish. Don't forget the Swedish.
The Swedish and the Alaskan. Yeah, don't forget the Alaskan. Yeah, don't forget that. That was fly. Some Alaskan ancestry. I got a TP floating around somewhere with an ice cave. I gotta go find.
And then you say for New York, man. Come on, man. You sound like you. Come on, man. You sound like a Lion King.
So in New York, I'm from New York. My mother is born and raised in New York, but my mother is a silent generation person. She's not even a baby boomer. So my parents were in New York before all this immigration stuff started.
Wait a minute, you said she's before the baby boomers?
Yeah, my mother's silent generation. She was born in 43.
God damn, when they have you when they were 70?
Oh, my mother had me when she was 34 years old.
God, how old are you? If you must be like 64.
Damn, you gotta. ain't no way you 50, bro. You don't sound like no 50-year-old.
I mean, I'm 50. My mother I was born in 70. Well, sorry, I'm missing my year. 77. So
now you see he ain't black. He's 50 years old. He got no bass in his voice.
Hey, nah, if you been for real, bro, I don't mean no disrespect. I don't want to disrespect my elders. So nah.
I think his name Enrique. It's
I don't
I
want to
might be.
disrespect.
I mean, la 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 la. I don't know. I don't know how to do the R off the tongue, so I can't do that. But
Fall back, big black. That's our elder, man. Come on now.
That ain't
Gotta
my.
have
Hey, my elder. Y'all know what part of race he from.
I'm taking more offense to that than you calling me African player. Don't be calling me a elder, man.
I don't know about
That's
no.
disrespectful, sir. That's
I mean, you got me by 24 years though, so
yeah. I'm just trying to tell y'all what the history of this shit look like. I was around when all of this was popping off. I was in New York when the Jamaicans was doing what they was doing, shower posse stuff. I was there. I know those people, is what I'm trying to say. I know the Africans that were there at the time. I intermingled with them. I went to school with them. I worked with them.
So did y'all used to pick on Africans? Tell the truth.
Sometimes they got joked on. So what happened was, they came through. It's just like what everybody be saying. They came through dressed. They came from another country. And if we was in the 80s and we was dressed in a certain way, and then in the 90s we was dressed in a certain way, and they came through dressing like Mexican migrants. How Mexican migrants look now. So they gonna get teased. But some of them straightened up. They straightened up. They got their haircuts. They got the gear going. And a lot of Jamaicans, right? You go to New York right now, you can't even tell. Truth be told.
So they were telling the truth that they was getting picked on at school by the black Americans.
I mean, everybody got picked on though. So in New York, going to school in New York, if I came the first week of school, if I wasn't wearing a fresh pair of whatever, if I wasn't wearing a fresh pair of Ewings, I didn't have a fresh pair of Asics. Y'all don't know about them shoes. If I didn't look fresh that whole week, I'm getting teased too. Everybody got teased. But the way they paint the pictures, like, oh, we only got teased because we from somewhere else. No, you got teased because you ain't looked the part. And you got teased because you look like trash. That's what happens. That happened to everybody. And so this is how you know they're lying about the whole African booty scratcher thing, right? Now, y'all know us. Our best joke is not African booty scratcher. If you ever hear Africans say, yeah, they called me African booty scratcher, word? Did they call you anything else? What is the craziest joke they called you? And if they don't have what that craziest joke was, then they were not made fun of and they were never called African booty scratcher. They making that shit up.
I knew you sounded familiar. Are you black? Are you black skin is amazing?
No, I'm not that dark. No.
No, are you black skin is amazing? It's a channel.
That's him. Black skin is amazing.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that channel. Sorry, I don't know who that is.
Are you? Nah, your voice sounds familiar, bro.
I don't frequent. I don't have
Black skin is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
I do jump on other channels, but I don't have a channel.
Okay, so put it on something that
he shut his channel down and then came on that and shit.
No, you know who our channels are really good shows that I go on a decent amount. The Roger Report Live that come on at 10 a.m. Eastern.
That must
every
be
day.
10 a.m.
Central.
No. This gotta be you. That gotta be you. Black skin is amazing. It has to be because you.
No,
nah.
I recognize their voice.
I wish I did have a channel. I be saying some crazy stuff to get paid. I don't have a channel.
Okay. Everybody, that is true. Everybody got teased, but y'all went too hard. Y'all went too hard on the Africans. They ain't forgot about it.
What's too hard is the question, right? Because if they got teased but everybody got teased, and they're the only ones.
What's the worst thing y'all? You said African booty scratcher wasn't the worst thing. What was the worst thing y'all say to African?
There's a but. I don't even remember what the worst thing. I don't know if I could say worse. I can say the funniest thing. For Africans, I don't remember. For Caribbeans, coconut kickers, banana boat riders, stuff like that.
So that's what they were calling you because you half Jamaican, right?
Well, no, they didn't. Although they knew I was half Jamaican, but no, I didn't get teased like that.
Because I know
I was raised around I was raised around my black people, my black American family. That's what I came up with. I was raised. I was taught.
Somebody said clicking. Clicking like it's a language.
Georgia. I went to go visit my family in the South every summer. I spent a month in Augusta, Georgia, and I'd spend a month in
Cuba,
South Carolina. So I mean, and that's living in New York. Going in the summertime, going down south. I stay with
But
my
yeah,
mom's
I
sister.
remember that Black Skin is Amazing guy used to come on this channel and just glaze diners. You know, talk about
Nah,
how.
that was me. I'm cool with Dinus. Dinus, come on, he's respectful to me. So
And also, you like Black Skin is Amazing was like he would coon very hard on his channel, man. He'll say some
I mean,
the elite
I don't coon.
the elite
Yeah.
European DNA. I was like, what is
I
what is
forgot
that?
about Black Skin is
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, He
I
sounded
don't.
like
you
Black Skin is Amazing.
are you
I
telling
don't
me that's
coon.
not you?
No, I don't coon, so I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
And then he chose the blackest avatar he could find and said Black Skin is Amazing. No, damn well he light skinned.
What was his avatar?
It was a lot darker than you. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not light. But I'm not dark either. I'm like in the middle. I'm like, yeah.
Middle
Okay.
of
You
light,
copper
white.
I'm brown.
color.
I'm
You
brown.
copper color, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
He's the color of popcorn, man. Stop this.
Popcorn. My thing is I got a red tint in my skin. So
A lot of people do.
Yeah. So when they see me, especially with the sunshine on, be like, "Why does your skin look like?" I ask people why my skin look. I'm like, I don't know. What the fuck my skin?
Oh,
look like?
anybody ever asked me about my skin?
Yeah, they asked me about my skin because
This man just called himself a red bone. His red tint in his skin. He just called himself a red bone.
Just because that was a good one, I'm gonna say yes.
Oh,
oh, whoa! So black skin is amazing. You got a half white Italian daughter.
No, I don't have a half white Italian daughter.
Okay.
He's in the chat.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I don't.
Because your black skin is amazing.
My wife is black, so I don't. Yeah, my wife is darker than me.
So so you don't do videos no more?
I don't do videos at all. I've never had a channel.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been on here. I've been on a number of channels. FBA channels, Black Manosphere channels. I'll be around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be chucking around.
Just saying, you sound real familiar. That's all. You sound real familiar.
You could have heard my voice somewhere. I'll be on here. Baby,
I heard your voice before. I heard it on Black Skin is Amazing. You know.
Hey, Black Skin Amazing don't drop no videos no
Black
more.
Skin Amazing, did he just hate black people? What did he say?
No. Like he was just a super coon, right? He would talk about elite European DNA and
but then that means he hate black people. What did he say about black people?
It was more so against the Africans, but he was just, I don't know, he was kind of weird.
So he went in on Africans.
Yeah.
Did that mean he went in on y'all too?
You could say that.
I mean,
I think he was mad because Tariq chose Afro Elite and shit. He just dropped out.
Why? Wait. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because he chose Afro Elite. Afro Elite is light skinned.
Okay.
Yeah, you were like, man, y'all know, because you was going hard for FBA. I mean, and then you was going hard for FBA, and then he chose Afro Elite. He never picked up Black is Amazing. Black Amazing said, "Fuck this shit." You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened. That's what happened. Black Skin is Amazing. You was like, man,
you gonna pick him?
Yeah. Somebody said I'm hearing a lot of colorism. Nobody being colorist. I don't know.
I mean, y'all kind of are, but it's whatever.
Oh man, I forgot about Mouthy Megan. Oh man, she was crazy.
Who's
Mouthy Megan?
Is she black?
You know who Mouthy? Well, she sort of. I guess she black. I don't know.
You said sort of. What does that mean? What is sort of?
I don't know. Is she black? I've never seen her.
Did she say she was black? Did she cosplay?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I'm not. You know what? I apologize. I'm not trying to be colorist, but for a Mexican to come on here and say we said it.
Wait, I thought I was Swedish.
Or somebody just said white. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was Swedish. You called me a Mexican. I'm offended, man. You can't be. My European roots won't allow me to be Mexican. My European and Alaskan roots.
Man, take your DNA test. I took a DNA test.
I already took one.
Okay, what you get?
82%. Well, they had a whole bunch of African nations in there, but
you did ancestry.
Yeah.
Okay, like yeah, you got the normal range for a Black American, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Why not?
Yeah, because well, my father being Jamaican, so where that come from, and then on my mother's side, she took 2 different tests, one from Ancestry, I forgot the other place, and they had
23andMe.
I don't remember what she said, but they had completely different numbers in retrospect.
I
Like
did 23. I did 23andMe and I did Ancestry. 23andMe said 85%, and Ancestry said 87 or 88. So it was close.
My mother's
You know,
was drastically
Jamaicans come from
different. She
Africa,
had
right?
like a 12% difference in comparison. So I was like,
I don't know what she took.
Yeah, I don't know what
that's
she
not
took. I don't know what the second one because we did the Ancestry because we got other relatives that's on there and we was trying to find people. And then she did another one and it was like it was more than 10% difference in the scoring and they had other stuff in there. So it was just like, all right, well, what's happening in these tests?
You
So I
need to,
didn't
you gotta
bother
stick, you
taking
gotta
the
stick
second one.
with the the better company. Don't be
So what's the best company?
Ancestry, 23andMe.
I heard Ancestry isn't the best. I heard they got problems. I don't know. Once I took the test and then I saw my mother's results when they was that different, I was like, all right.
I judge it by the people that take, like Africans that take the test.
What do you mean Africans who take the test?
Africans who take the test and knowing their history and seeing their DNA results. That's how I can tell.
What
If you know,
what is
like,
what do you mean tell?
Like if a Nigerian takes it and they get Nigeria, that's how I know. Like like if a Nigerian takes it and they get Nigeria, I know like okay. Or somebody. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but the sample sets are not specifically in the country.
I know, like the countries don't really matter much. It's the samples they take from the country.
Right.
That's
That's
right.
what I'm saying. And because it's a most of Africa is nomadic, and it was 300 years ago or 400 years ago, how do you, right?
I wouldn't say most of Africa is nomadic. I wouldn't say they nomadic.
I mean, those areas where they sampling us from were nomadic.
For instance, if you come because Igbo people, Igbo people have been in Southeast Nigeria for a long time. So the people, that's how you
right. But from what I remember, this is the history I looked up for the Igbo people. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they moved around quite a bit, and they had influx of other people from other areas of Africa coming in there as well. Not only that, after colonization or during colonization, a lot of changes happened to their population structure as well. So how do we trust the current? That's why I keep telling people the current people that you referencing your DNA against aren't the same people from where you came from. Then you got to question, well, where is this test getting these samples from?
I listen. I don't know about Igbo history. I just know they've been in Southeast Nigeria for a long time.
And when did Igbo come into being? Right. I tried to look up some information on, the history of these tribes. When did they come into being? Is there documentation proving anything? Is there scriptures?
You got to get people from Africa to talk about
that. Right, but all it is word of mouth, right? And I'm like, oh, okay.
History,
yeah. But the problem is these same niggas that did things. Sorry, I'm gonna pay you, Dinus. I'm gonna pay you right now.
So hold on. So when somebody says something, Dinus not here, but when nobody said nothing at all, Dinus.
I said it, and we on this panel, so I'm gonna send him his money. I always send him 20. I know it's like 10, but I might do it again. So I'm gonna send him his money. He ain't got to worry about it. I'm gonna support the brother. He ain't got to worry about it. But now I'm just saying, I don't know. 300 years ago, those people don't exist in the same places. That country didn't exist. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. And when I compare DNA tests, I'm getting significantly, at least my mother got significantly different. I don't want to waste my money getting multiples. And when I looked into where they pulling their sample sets from, so the way they do the tests and the DNA they're comparing it to in your blood, that's not all of your DNA. So that's the other thing I found. I'm like, so wait, this ain't my whole genome? They only doing a certain percentage of a certain DNA line to determine your level of African. But what about the other lines that you got inside of you? And so I was just like, oh, this is corny. I was like, all right, I'm good. I can't trust DNA tests because I don't know what the sample sets are. I don't know what DNA factors they tracking against. And when you look it up, it's suddenly it's a portion of a portion of a portion of certain DNA that does track back to these people. That's why they're only testing that that line of the DNA genome. So I'm like, all right, well, if you're only testing the portion of the DNA genome that do track back to Africa, then of course, when you tell me what my percentages of African is going to be African, because that's the genome that tracks back to the African DNA. But you have people saying my entire 85% of my genome is African DNA. And I'm like, well, that's not what they're testing for. But if you tell somebody that, they're going to flip out at you and say you crazy and tell you you white. So that's why I try not to. Let me go pay Dinus right now. Dinus, you probably not on, but I just sent it to you. Cash App, all right? I'm about to drop.
All right, I'm Audi 5,000.
JC for Darlana Holla. Tariq throws darts to see what sticks. Museum is one. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe to Next Time Family Dynasty. Search for Peace.